an exclusive weekly conversation about Indiana high school sports with the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Now for an up-to-the-minute report about what's happening in the constantly changing world of high school sports, here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Paul Neidig.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. And another year, Commissioner, I'm so glad you're with us, and it's always great to have a conversation with you as the commissioner of the IHSAA.
Boy, Coach, it's here, and it does seem like a very short time that you and I closed up the Commissioner's Corner for the year, but let's open this thing back up this year, and let's have some fun along the way talking about these kids.
That's absolutely the idea. Everyone realizes that Friday, the 23rd, is the beginning of high school football, week number 1, about 190 games. It just continues to grow and grow. I think on Friday night, the excitement, the pageantry, the involvement of kids and communities and schools just continues to be incredibly popular around our state.
It does, Coach. And, you know, one of the things, I just looked at some statistics today, and across the nation, high school football is still growing, and it's up significantly. And, you know, it just shows that there's still a lot of interest in the game, you know, and that goes everywhere from the student athletes that get to put the jersey on and play the game to the fans. You know, if the fans weren't showing up and supporting the high school team, I don't know that we'd see growth in sport, especially participation numbers of our student athletes. So very exciting news about the health of high school football across the country and especially the state of Indiana.
Yeah, and as we get ready to start, we always look around and everybody's trying to figure out who's good, who's favored, this, that, and the other. It's hard to repeat as champions in our state in any sport. It's especially difficult to do in football because teams continue to get the sport's growing, but teams in our state seem to be getting better and better, more competitive, and I think more balanced throughout all of the classifications.
It does. It goes from, top to bottom. And I know, the people in South Bend or, the region or Lafayette, you can pick a corner in the state and, everybody's working hard to get better. And I think we see that. Coaches are, again, they're just spending all kinds of time developing student athletes, but we do see parity in football. And I think we've seen parity continue to grow in the last couple of years. And that's, again, why the game, we believe, is in pretty good shape. And Coach, anytime in our business we have new people who get to enjoy some success along the way, it really increases interest, and it's just good for the game.
We're talking with Paul Neidig, the commissioner of the IHSAA. And Paul, in addition to high school football getting started Friday night, and also we've already begun boys tennis, girls golf, soccer, volleyball. Everything's about to get underway or is underway in the fall sports schedule.
We have participation, and it's all started. Again, the dreams are still there. We got, girls golf has been going for actually 2 weeks now. It won't be long, Coach. A couple of shows from now, we'll be talking about the state championship in girls golf. Once we get started, the season goes fast, but the tournament comes quick. And, we'll be doing our pairing show here later on this year and talking about celebrating Thanksgiving and the football state championship in the same weekend. But before then, we have a lot of games to be played and a lot of games to be officiated. And I do want to give a shout out to our officials, Coach, who just do it for the betterment of the game. And it's really the same thing about when they got to play high school sports. They love the game so much that they're willing to go out there, take criticism that's unjust, unfair, and still come back and officiate for these student athletes. I always say we need to thank them and continue to thank them. Understand that they're a human being. They won't be perfect, not capable of being perfect. But parents get to watch because officials choose to officiate, and I'm just thankful for them and the work that they do.
Also thankful for all you and your staff do and all the member institutions do around the state. He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Paul Neidig. Week 1 of high school football. Everyone get out, support your teams, have some fun, and do it the right way. Paul, thanks for your time. I'll look forward to our conversation next week.
Thanks, Coach, and it's always a highlight of my week. We'll do it again here.
Thanks for listening to The Commissioner's Corner with IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig and Coach Bob Lovell. And thank you for your continued support of the high schools in your community.
Good evening, everybody. Thank you for joining us, and welcome to Game Night in the Region on the Region Sports Network, streaming worldwide on the internet at facebook.com/Region Sports, RSN YouTube, regionsports.com, and IHSAATV.com. We come to you tonight from Merrillville High School as Region Sports Network presents our 7th-ranked Andrean 59ers taking on the 2nd-ranked Merrillville Pirates. I'm Leo Staudaher, and I'll have your play-by-play for tonight's game. And joining me with the color analysis is Jay Simmons. Good evening, Jay. Football season is upon us, and we're getting started tonight with a traditional Week 1 rivalry matchup between the Pirates and the 59ers.
Yep, the Battle of Broadway here in Merrillville. You got Andrean coming off a 3-7 season. You've got Merrillville coming off a 10-3 record from last year. Guess what? Throw those out. We're starting all over, and it's an exciting new season, beautiful weather. It's going to be a great season, a great night for football.
Absolutely. We got both teams looking to start off with a clean slate tonight, where you look at the Pirates coming off a semi-state appearance last year, falling to Fort Wayne Snyder, and the 59ers coming off an uncharacteristic rebuilding season. So this could be a good measuring stick for both teams to see where you stack up as you begin your slate this season.
And looking through the stats and looking through everything, both teams are first-time starting quarterbacks. So that's going to be really interesting. See what kind of pressure both defenses are going to bring to intimidate those guys, rattle those guys, and we're going to see which guy is going to be able to withstand the pressure.
And that's what a way to start your varsity starting career with a crazy rivalry matchup like this. A traditional game that'll be really throwing them into the fire. So we will certainly be monitoring how these two young starting quarterbacks develop as we get ready to kick things off here. Just a few minutes away from kickoff, so we will step aside. When we come back, we'll preview the home team, the Merrillville Pirates. So stick around. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
We're getting ready for kickoff here at Merrillville as we are getting set to start the 2024 football season, as we will go into the lineup now a bit for Merrillville. This is a team that is starting a new signal caller, as you mentioned, brings back a big threat in the backfield, though, to pair him with in J.Q. Johnson. That is kind of where the bread and butter will be for the Pirates to start things off here with the running game. Yeah,
and you got to think that as a rookie quarterback, the first couple series, you're gonna lean on J.Q. Johnson to carry the ball and let the quarterback get comfortable back there.
As the national anthem is about to start, we will take a brief pause and continue getting you ready for kickoff here. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that
here at Merrillville, so let's continue going down the lineup for the Pirates here, the team that coming off their semi-state appearance. We mentioned the new quarterback in Jordan Sanders, their key running back in J.Q. Johnson, and this is a group that brought some playoff experience back from last year, so they're hoping to continue building with a little bit of an underclassman-led backfield, but that could be a big kind of, you have a bit of a window here now with the two of those two and then some other contributors throughout the lineup.
Yeah, J.Q. Johnson, 158 carries, 1,078 yards, and 6 touchdowns. And just really quickly, I was just looking at the offensive line.
Yep.
All seniors. You got to like that with a first-time starting quarterback. They're going to give him some time regardless of what kind of pressure Andrean's going to bring. And I'm sure they're going to throw all kinds of different blitzes at this young quarterback.
That can certainly make the young signal caller feel comfortable. And looking at the defense for the Pirates, they're led by Western Michigan commit John Peters at cornerback, and then have a lot of strength in that defensive front as well with Trenton Nixon and Adam Kampfer, two highly touted recruits as well, getting after the quarterback from the other side.
Yeah, and you got Jimmy Finley for Andrean playing that free safety, so he's going to be trying to pick that guy off. You know, he's another good talent right back there. So it's going to be an interesting thing when Merrillville gets the ball to start, or when they get the ball on offense. You've got one of the receivers, number 12, Examir Martin, 16 catches, 240 yards, and 1 touchdown. So you got some experience coming back at the receiver spot.
And the Pirates have that experience on their defense as well, with a few seniors across the board there. You have Jeremiah Jordan at the linebacker, and John Peters as well. Jalen Ramsey will be also helping in the secondary. And then that defensive front, 3 seniors there as well. So that experience will certainly pay off.
Yeah, Trent Nixon with 13 sacks on the season last year and 58 total tackles. He's a force to be reckoned with coming off that defensive end spot.
So the offense that those Pirates will be going up again. Let's get into the Andrean team here as we get ready to look at them. We mentioned they're coming off an uncharacteristic rebuilding year last year, only 3 wins. And then we bring a little bit of an underclassman group here, but if they were able to build off kind of that experience, taking your lumps last year, you don't like that taste of losing, so you want to get back in that win column that could maybe put a chip on their shoulder going into 2024.
Yeah, Jimmy Finley to Northern Illinois committed. He has 33 catches, 523 yards, averaging 52 yards a game, 2 TDs. So your Brady Ellis at quarterback, 5 for 9 for 23 yards last year. Not a whole lot of experience back there. And Ellis Domas, 41 carries, 96 yards.
And we'll likely see Elish eclipse his passing totals from all of last year, probably maybe in the first half tonight with just those 9 attempts. So he will be looking to be helped out by Finley, who will be a force to be reckoned with on both sides of the ball as for this 59ers team.
And then you look at it, you got Tyler Vo is a true freshman starting at wide receiver. So that's going to be an interesting combination. You got a junior first-time quarterback thrown to a freshman. That should be interesting.
In your first high school game, in a rivalry game, a game that likely these two have grown up going to since they were kids, that could be something where you're a little bit nervous running out the tunnel in that varsity uniform for the first time. So we'll see how they battle those emotions early on here. And you look at the defense for Andrean, they have Finley holding things down in the secondary, but some other players to watch for as well.
Yeah, you've got Angel Torres, 6'1", 215, coming off the edge, had about 4 or 5 sacks last season. So you got the defensive end spots on both sides of the ball coming off that edge and trying to get to that quarterback.
And we'll see Ellis Dumas as well playing that outside linebacker position. So he'll be active on both sides of the ball for the 59ers. So we'll see for Andrea, and 2 of their best athletes will be very active tonight as the teams are getting ready for the coin toss here. So it is almost time for football here in the region. The Pirates taking the field in purple uniforms, purple helmets, jerseys, and pants, black face masks, white numbers on front and back of those jerseys, while the 59ers will be wearing their white jerseys with gold helmets and pants, red numbers on front and back, red face masks on the gold lids as well.
And I have to applaud both teams because, may I say, we can see those numbers clearly. Even if I take my glasses off, I can still see the numbers, so that's awesome for us calling the game. it's going to be easy to see those numbers.
And that's really what's important there is us being able to make out the players. So it is getting ready for the coin toss. We will continue getting ready as well. We'll step aside when we come back. It'll be time for football here at Merrillville. Stick around. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
Getting ready for the Battle of Broadway here at Merrillville between the 59ers and the Pirates. Taking a look also as the coin toss is about to begin, we'll give you the Economy Electric Heating and Cooling Game Night Forecast. The Game Night Forecast is brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling. Tonight's forecast is 76 degrees here. Those temperatures will dip a bit into the high 60s after sunset, which is forecast to be around 7:35. So it will be a great night for football here in the region.
And that really does help Andrean because they're going to be playing several guys both ways.
Right.
So that is definitely, if you were talking about a 90-degree day, then Andrean's really going to be behind the 8 ball on that one. But since it's going to be a cooling off evening, that's really in favor of Andrean.
And that could certainly wear on you, as that's the Game Night forecast brought to you by Economy Electric Cooling and Heating, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter.
So Merrillville will be receiving the ball.
So we will be seeing the Pirates on offense first, the 59ers on defense. Kicking off the ball for Andrean will be P.J. Cusick, the senior. And back to return for the Pirates will be Peters and Martin. Samir Martin and Dermont Bogard will be the furthest back.
Yeah, with the team speed that Merrillville has, if I'm Andrean, I'm squib kicking this one.
Okay.
I just don't want the season to start with a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Especially with early season 2 special teams, that might still be a work in progress, so you don't want to give your opponent an advantage here.
I'd rather have them start at the 35 than in the end zone, right?
Yeah, there's always a little bit of an element of wackiness in week 1. That game we saw last year with Penn and Valpo last year, there were 3 botched extra points by Penn where they just couldn't get the snap right. That's something that you really have to iron out over the course of the season. So special teams, in high school, you never really know what could happen sometimes.
Hey, you never know. Let's start off with an onside kick.
Yeah. So the 59ers will be kicking from our right to left, getting ready to start the 2024 football season. Cusick takes a gallop into the kick, boots it away towards the end zone. It goes over the head of Martin out the back for a touchback.
Wow, he put a leg into that one. That was a scolded 9-iron right there. He just stuffed that on it. Didn't get more than 10 feet high and all the way out the back of the end zone.
So we will meet the offense for the Merrillville Pirates. They'll be led by their junior quarterback, Jordan Sanders, be joined in the backfield by J.Q. Johnson and their tight end, Davion Turner. Samir Martin, Dermont Bogart, and Rynell Lewis make up the receiving core. The offensive line will be Quitman Ireland, Devin Dawson, Sean Hicks, Jaden Swanson, and Jordan Sanders. So they will line up in the pistol at the 20-yard line. Sanders with Johnson behind him. One receiver to either side. They got the tight end to the right. Sanders takes a snap, hands off to Johnson. He spins, rumbles, and is met with a big hit.
It looked like Jimmy Finley coming up and stuffing him right. Oh, yes, it was. He came up and stuffed him about 3 or 4 yards down the field. Merrillville going with the no huddle, trying to catch defense asleep a little bit here in this first series.
So now Sanders, the lone man in the backfield. 3 receivers to his left, 2 to his right. Andrean defense gets ready to react. Sanders takes a look and awaits the snap. Here we go. Takes a look to his left, fires it, and it goes through the hands of his receiver, Michael Smoot, for an incompletion.
Jordan Sanders right there, just a tad too anxious and put a tad too much mustard on that one. The receiver barely got out of his break, couldn't get his hands up, and by the time he got his hands up, the ball was already past him. So Sanders has got to dial it down just a little bit, take a deep breath.
So with 11:23 to go in the first quarter, it's a 3rd and 5 for the Pirates. Once again with 5 receivers wide. Sanders steps back in the pocket, fires. His receiver makes the catch and rumbles towards the 35-yard line for a first down. That was Lewis with the catch for the first down.
Boy, nice catch right there for the first down. Went up and got it, and then got a few extra yards after the catch.
So now it's a fresh set of downs for the Pirates. Johnson now joins Sanders in the backfield, lined up in the pistol. 1st and 10 from the 35. 2 receivers to the right. Sanders just hands off to Johnson. He gallops to the right side, shuffles around, and is stood up by the defense of the 59ers.
Yeah, 59ers did a nice job adjusting to that formation. Merrillville lined up with 3 linemen, a tight end to the short side of the field. They're coming into the same formation, 2 receivers and a fullback to that side.
Pirates quick to the line again. They hand off to Johnson. He scoots to the right side, moves towards the sideline, and is pushed out of bounds by a pair of 59ers. Another solid gain for Johnson.
Yeah, one of those 59ers, Jimmy Finley, coming up from his free safety spot. Again, 3 linemen, a fullback, and 2 receivers all lined up to that side. And then Sanders and JQ directly behind the quarterback.
3rd and 1 from the 49-yard line. Sanders attempts a hard count to try to get the 59ers to jump offside. They'll stay put. So he's got 2 receivers to the right, Johnson behind him in the backfield. He hands off to Johnson. He lunges forward. It'll be a close play.
Yeah, he got the first down.
And he gets the first down.
Again, same formation by the offense. They're saying, here we come. We are going to smash mouth it to the right side, short side of the field. And now they come back out with their trips receivers to the wide side of the field, 1 to the bottom.
So Cameron Jordan steps in at running back, giving Johnson a quick spell. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sanders awaits the snap, takes a peek. Handles the snap and just hands off to Jordan. Jordan speeds to the right side of the line, is stood up and brought down by Dumas.
Yeah, Dumas did a nice job coming up from his linebacker position, sort of creeped to the outside at the same time when JQ Johnson was bouncing off the right tackle and bouncing it to the outside. They met, and tell you what, JQ Johnson's got a nice forward lean at 5'9", 190 pounds. He's got a low center of gravity there.
So 3 receivers to the left of Sanders, 1 to the right. He's got Jordan in the backfield with him as well. Sanders drops back to pass. He fires deep downfield, looking for his man. It was intended for Lewis, but it's broken up near the sideline. Pass coverage on the play for the 59ers by Jones, helping break it up for an incompletion, setting things up for a 3rd and 5.
Yeah, Gavin Jones did a nice job making sure he did not pass interference. There was a lot of contact there, but it was initiated by both the receiver and the defensive back. So great job right there by Jones on the defense.
So Sanders back to pass on 3rd down, taking a look downfield, fires it deep, and it is incomplete, but there will be some laundry on the field as the official throws the yellow flag. It looks like we're going to get pass interference on the 59ers.
That looks like That looks like number 19, Maurice Jeffries, on the pass interference right there. He thought he was going to get beat deep. He did the right thing. He just pulled on the jersey because he was beat by a step, and you'd rather give up the 15 yards than the touchdown.
Right, and that's one of those things, too, for for Sanders in his first game as a starter, maybe looking to throw for that pass interference where you see a mismatch and think that even if you don't get the completion, there might be a chance for that penalty as well. So we'll do 1st and 10 here from the 34 of Andrean. 2 receivers to the right of Sanders. They got an H-back there as well. That is Turner. They hand it off to Johnson. He's going to dance forward, gets past the 25 to the 20, rumbles all the way to the 15 where he is wrapped up and twisted down near the sideline. Ethan Reyna in there for the tackle, stopping what could have been an even bigger run.
Yeah, that looked like it was going to the house.
Oh. That first down is brought to you by Four Seasons Mechanical in Merrillville. Visit them on the web at fourseasonsmechanical.com.
Yeah, now they got the ball 1st down and 10 on the 16-yard line.
So Sanders puts a receiver in motion. He'll hand it off to Johnson. He goes left, but then cuts right, and he is brought down by a host of 59ers at the 10-yard line. Johnson, on what was a little bit of a broken play, was just able to dance out of that and turn nothing into something there.
Well, he did a little hop step. And I'm going to go old school here. He looked a little bit like Barry Sanders.
Okay.
Hop step to the left, hop step to the right, and then busted out of the hole and picked up 5 or 6 yards. It seems like when he's falling downhill, he's picking up 5 yards almost every carry.
So it'll now be 2nd and 4 from the 10-yard line. Pirates have 2 receivers to the right, kind of stacked on top of each other. Turner and Johnson in the backfield. It's a handoff to Johnson. He pushes forward, stood up by 3 59ers and brought down for a slight gain there to move it close, make it 3rd and manageable here at about the 7-yard line.
And again, they go to that heavy formation into the boundary. Now they're going to take it out to the wide side. They have 2 linemen to the right, to the short side of the field, and 3 offensive linemen, a fullback to the left, 2 receivers to the outside.
So Sanders has his troops deployed, is in the pistol, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson at the line, takes a few defenders with him, falling forward right about to the 1-yard line, so he gets another Four Seasons first down. Four Seasons, your Northwest Indiana heating and air conditioning specialists. So 1st and goal from the 2. It's a handoff to Johnson. He storms forward, breaks around the pile, rolls right, and it's a touchdown. Pirates, they strike first here with 7:11 to go in the first quarter. It's J.Q. Johnson finding the end zone.
J.Q. Johnson just bounced right into the pile, and then all of a sudden rolls in for the score. It looked at initially like he had been stuffed at the 2-yard line, and then maintains his balance and bounces it to the outside and literally walked into the end zone.
There is some commotion on the field with there's a flag on the field on the far side.
Oh.
But the touchdown will still count.
Yeah, illegal substitution by Andrean on the previous play, so Merrillville will take the points.
So that'll make it 6-0 Merrillville here with 7:11 to go. They will bring out the extra point team. Arvea Ford will be the long snapper. Darnell Bowles will hold. And Benito Gonzalez will attempt to kick it through the uprights. And they are maybe not going that way as they are in a bit of a wildcat formation. It's a toss to the running back, Jordan, who was on the left side out of receiver. So the
old Oaken bucket right there. They had this center and then a receiver to the right and everybody else over to the left, and Andrean did a nice job defensively stopping it. So it is no good.
So after an unsuccessful PAT attempt, we will step aside and we will come back with kickoff. Stick around. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
So the Pirates getting ready to boot it away for another Quintel kickoff. This is a Quintel kickoff. This kickoff and all kickoffs are sponsored by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994. Benito Gonzalez gets ready to boot this one deep back to the 59ers for Vo and Finley. Puts it in the air right about to the 5-yard line where it is caught by Vo, and he's going to try to run it back. And he is tripped up at the 18-yard line for a solid return, bringing the Andrean offense onto the field, trailing 6-0 here at the 7-minute mark of the first quarter. Brady Ellis will lead them at quarterback with Ellis Dumas beside him at running back. Ethan Reyna will be their tight end. Tyler Vo, Jaden Holmes, and Jimmy Finley make up the receiving group, while led at the line by Miguel Rivera at center, Ben Novak and James Metro at the guards, and John Lemaire and Anton Prilik at the tackles from left to right. So Elish, in his first varsity start, is in the shotgun with Dumas to his left. One receiver to either side, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, fires it to the left, was looking for a quick pass, but it was broken up, deflected at the line of scrimmage by a Merrillville defensive lineman.
Yeah, it looked like that was Jalen McAllister, number 31, just happened to get right in that passing lane. And again, both teams trying to set their quarterbacks up for success early with some, short, quick passes, trying to get them feel comfortable underneath the center. We really didn't talk about it, but there's Ben Novak, 6'6", 320, the left guard for Andrean, number 77. He is not committed to anywhere yet, but he is being looked at by all the Big Ten schools.
So it is another shotgun formation for the 59ers. They put a tight end in motion. Ellis mishandles the handoff. He has to just jump on it as the ball hits the turf. So a bit of a miscue there. He was looking for maybe to pull it away from Dumas there, but just it fell out and he had to fall on it. And it quickly sets up now for 3rd and 11 from the 19.
Yeah, and we can see which quarterback has a little bit more of the jitters out here.
Brady Ellis, the junior, making his first varsity start, runs back, giving his team the play in the huddle. They break the huddle and make their way to the line of scrimmage. Two receivers will split out to the right, Holmes and Finley. Or Finley will be to the left, Holmes and Vo will be split out to the right. Dumas is beside Ellis at quarterback and running back. They put the tight end Reyna in motion from right to left. Hand it off to Dumas, but the play is quickly blown dead.
It looked like Merrillville was throwing everything but the kitchen sink in there. They had 8 guys up on the line of scrimmage, and they were coming quickly.
So after a delay of game penalty, that will back things up even further for the 59ers, making it 3rd and 16 from their own 14-yard line. So they will again put Vo and Holmes to the left, Finley, lone receiver, out to the right, Ellis and Dumas in the backfield. They put Vo in motion. Ellis rolls right, throws left, hits his tight end Reyna in the backfield, and he is swarmed by the Pirates and will lose yardage on that one, making it 4th and very long for the 59ers on their first offensive possession.
Yep. Merrillville takes the ball 70 yards, 80 yards for a touchdown on their first drive, and Andrean minus 8 yards for their first drive.
That'll bring the punt team out for the 59ers. Jackson Armstrong will snap it to the punter, P.J. Cusick. They are deep in their own territory, bringing the final player out onto the field. Returning this punt for the Pirates will be Warren Brown.
And he's standing in Andrean territory.
The kick is up in the air. Brown catches it just shy of the Pirate logo at midfield, breaks one tackle and falls forward to the 40-yard line of Andrean. It's quite literally falling forward
Yes, he
after
did.
making the play and got positive yards out of it.
Yeah, it looked like he fell forward for about 7 yards.
So that brings the Pirate offense back onto the field after Jordan Sanders was able to lead a scoring drive with a lot of help from his friend J.Q. Johnson, who finished it off with the touchdown.
And you think, sophomore quarterback, 6'1", 235. That's not a small quarterback.
Right. Cameron Jordan, the running back beside Sanders, in the backfield in shotgun formation. It's a screen pass to Jordan. He handles it, keeps rolling, gets a positive gain there for about 3 yards with the first down pass.
Again, nice, easy passes, very successful for the young quarterback. Get him some confidence, build him up. He's got a tough road going ahead. You got Hobart next week, and then after that, the real fun starts for Merrillville when they got Crown Point in week 3. So you want to make sure you get him ready for that game.
4 minutes, 24 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. It's 2nd and 7 from the 37-yard line. Sanders in the pistol, hands it off to Johnson, who scoots right, breaks one tackle, spins out of it, makes a man miss with a juke, keeps pushing forward, and pushes the pile forward. J.Q. Johnson, again, on kind of a broken play where he was met at the line by Jaden Holmes, spun out of that tackle, juked another defender, and made it all the way to the 31-yard line, setting up a 3rd and 1 here.
Yeah, Jaden Mendez, number 58, made the tackle about 9 yards downfield. J.Q. Johnson, boy, he just bounces off tacklers left and right.
So 3rd and 1 for the Pirates in the pistol again. Sanders hands off to Johnson. He dances forward, gets the first down, keeps going. Takes about 4 members of the 59er defense to eventually stop him inside the 25-yard line.
Yeah, it's definitely going to take a team effort by Andrean defensively to bring him down. His motor just doesn't stop.
So with that 4 Seasons first down, the Pirates now hand it off to Jordan. He rumbles forward, past the line of scrimmage. The run game of the Pirates really helping set things up on this drive.
Yeah, they are just pounding that ball in between the tackles. And Johnson, 5'9", 170 pounds, pretty much the same frame as JQ.
So that really helps when you have that second running back that you can give him a breather, switch in Jordan, who's only a sophomore. So when you have 2 running backs that you're confident in this early in the season, that really helps spread the wealth of the carries a little bit so neither of them get too overwhelmed. So
they had an offsides penalty on Andrean, so it's going to be 1st down and 5 for the Pirates.
Sanders in the gun here with Jordan in the backfield. He drops back to pass. He's looking left, fires it towards the end zone, looking for Martin. It's broken up by Holmes on the coverage, incomplete.
It looked like Sanders just led his receiver just a little bit too much over the middle. I thought initially they had a post by the inside receiver to the left. They had the tight end running a clear-out pattern. Actually, the tight end looked like he was open if he'd have thrown it over the top. Instead, he went for the slant or the post route.
So 2nd and 5. The Pirates have 2 receivers on the short side of the field. Johnson behind Sanders in the backfield. It's a handoff to Johnson. He goes left, keeps moving, and the 59ers swarm to the ball carrier. Looks like he'll be a little short of the first down.
Yeah, they run that unbalanced formation that last play, and then they pull the fullback, and he goes all the way across the field and kicks out the end. They run the ball to the left side.
On 3rd and 1, it's a handoff to Johnson. He gets the first down, keeps going, gets to the 10-yard line where he is stood up and brought down by a whole crew of 59ers for another 4 Seasons heating and cooling 4 Seasons first down. From the 10-yard line, it's a handoff to Jordan. He scoots forward, gets to the 5, is wrapped up and brought down by the team of Reyna and Dumas. So another positive gain on first down, setting it up for 2nd and 5, 2nd and goal from the 5.
Yeah, Johnson just gets that forward lean. He's getting 4 or 5 yards a crack here every time.
2 receivers on the right side. They have Turner, the H-back in the backfield. They put a receiver in motion. They hand it off to Jordan. Jordan lunges towards the end zone, is brought down just shy of pay dirt. Landon Murray making the first hit, and then a good group effort from the 59ers to stop Jordan short of the end zone.
And you got to think, Cameron Johnson, he carried the ball down to the 1 yard line, and then they bring in JQ.
And it's a handoff to Johnson. It's a huge gathering at the line of scrimmage. And Johnson looks like he is stuffed at the line, setting up for 4th and goal from inside the 1.
Now, this is the one thing I don't like about the shotgun right here on short yardage plays. You're starting behind the ball 4 or 5 yards deep. What happens if somebody breaks through? You got a huge quarterback at 6'1", 235. Get that quarterback under center and just bull forward.
So Sanders in the pistol with Johnson behind him. 2 receivers far on the left side. It's a handoff to Johnson, and he is...
It looks like he did not get it.
He is short of the touchdown.
What a big stop for that Andrean defense.
That'll certainly put a little wind behind your sails there, where the Pirates were running it all drive, and then you were able to stop them with goal to go. And it'll be a tough task for the offense now, but that certainly fires up the defense, getting a big stop like that.
Yeah, they got the ball first down and goal on the 6 yard line, and they are unable to punch it in. 2 cracks at it from the 1 yard line. Don't get it in, but boy, you leave your offense in some tough situation right here.
So the 59ers of Andrean will take over on their own 1 yard line with 1:06 remaining here in the first quarter. They trail the Pirates 6-0. So we'll see what Brady Ellish and company can do here on now their second drive of the season. We saw a little bit of a miscue with an exchange on that last drive. You cannot afford that here when Ellish will be taking the snap in his own end zone at the T of the Pirates font in that purple end zone.
That's a good call right there.
There will be a timeout by Andrean. Just looking really to make sure you can go over some strategy here. We will take one as well. So stick around. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craft Workers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Discover excellence at Moeller Acura of Merrillville. Whether you're seeking the thrill of a new Acura or the reliability of a certified pre-owned, we have the perfect vehicle waiting for you. At Moeller Acura, our knowledgeable team is here to provide you with the first-class experience, from your first test drive to every service appointment. Experience luxury, performance, and unparalleled service at Moeller Acura of Merrillville, where your journey begins. Visit us today or explore our inventory online at MoellerAcuraofMerrillville.com.
So after the clutch 4th and goal stop, Andrean takes over on offense now in a very difficult spot on their own 1 yard line. Late in the first quarter here, Brady Ellish brings his troops onto the field. They have 2 tight ends, 2 receivers, and a running back. They move a tight end from right to left. It's a handoff to Dumas, and he is twisted down, brought down.
It looks like he fell forward enough to get the ball out of the end zone.
Just barely avoiding the safety.
So I mean, if you're Andrean, you're doing the right thing here. You're running over Ben Novak. You know, the guy we call never late for any meal at 6'6", 230. So you're going to plow over him, but Merrillville knows the exact same thing. Where are they going to go? They're going to go over that left guard. So they're piling up a linebacker right behind the defensive tackle, and they're stacked right up over him.
Brady Stovall, the running back now, and Ellish looks to pass. It's a screen pass caught in the end zone, and this will be a safety brought down by a whole crew of Pirates. The Pirates will add 2 points here, now leading 8-0 with 22 seconds left in the first quarter. They quickly swarmed to the ball carrier there to bring him down in his own end zone.
Now, who do you technically give those points to? Do you give it to the defense?
Right.
Since we there was like 4 guys on the tackle. Do we give each guy a half a point?
Yeah, I don't know. We might have to just divvy that one up and split it. So Andrean unable to work out of their own end zone there, trying the pass play on 2nd and 10, and it did not go their way. Going backwards when they needed to go forwards, and that will certainly energize this Merrillville team as they will get the ball as well. And talk about weird special teams plays here. This is one that early in the season you don't run as much. You
don't practice
punt
this
after
a whole
the
lot.
Safety.
You don't anticipate your team giving a safety up, but yeah, you do practice it, but you don't practice it that much, and it's going to feel, you got the kickoff team out there with the punter. Now you can kick it off if you want to. It just depends on who you think is a little bit going to get the distance.
And that might be where Andrean, they're fortunate. Their punter, PJ Cusick, is also the kicker, so you're not missing a beat here. He does both. Is involved with the kickoff crew as well, so Cusick leads the 59ers out there for this kick.
I think Merrillville's got the deep backs a little bit too far back.
They are deployed at the 10-yard line, their own 10-yard line.
They are well programmed. They say put their feet at the 10. I mean, this is a par 5, 500 yards, and they're standing on the green. All right, is that like the proper analogy?
I think so. Yeah, they got purple helmets all over the field here for this.
But the returners are all the way at the 10-yard line.
For this Quintel kickoff, and Cusick boots it all the way. It takes a hop at the 25, gets over the head of Martin, rolling to the 5, where he scoops it off the turf, and now he's going to try to dance around. He runs into one of his own men, gets around it, and is stood up and brought down by a big hit by by James Metro with a big play on Martin, who was trying to make something happen there, and it was just kind of broken coverage with the 59ers with a long run up to get to him.
Well, the problem, like we talked about before they even kicked it, the ball landed at the 25-yard line. They tried to run up and get it, and it took a huge hop and went right over the top of them. If they would have been at the 20 or 25, they probably would have been able to catch that one on the fly. But they were standing on the 10-yard line.
So the Pirates, with an 8-point lead, take over on their own 16 with 14 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Sanders looking to pass, dancing around some defenders in the backfield, and he loses the ball as he scrambles, and the 59ers take over at the 19-yard line. So on the first play after the kickoff, it's a turnover, and Andrean is back on offense.
Angel Torres, number 27, from his right defensive spot, strips the ball from Sanders as he's going down. Ball hits the ground, and the 59ers recover. Let's see if they got those jitters out of the way offensively and can able to punch in a score here.
We saw Landon Murray get in the backfield, and then Sanders had to kind of swim out of the tackle and started to forget the pass and focus on the run, and that's where the 59ers were able to swarm on him and force that fumble. So that brings Brady Ellish and company back onto the field for Andrean. Ellis Dumas in the backfield with him. 2 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They take the snap. He's going to keep it. It's a QB keeper rolling right. Ellish breaks 1 tackle, gets past the line of scrimmage, and is brought down by 3 Pirates there, but that really could have been a big negative play, but a nice cut by the quarterback showing some athleticism and getting a...
It looked like it wasn't called athleticism. He was running for his life.
Survival skills, we'll call it. Getting about 1 yard there, but it was a hard-fought yard, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. As we
well, let's keep it here and let's go over
that. Pay some sponsors as well, bringing you the Hennigenberg Home Improvement Top 10. Visit regionsports.com/Facebook/Region Sports Nation, Instagram and Region Sports Network, YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 presented by Hennigenberg Exteriors. You can find them on the web at edbergexteriors.com. In that top 10, Andrean comes in at number 7, while Merrillville is number 2. Looking around town.
At the end of this quarter, we've got the Hose Connection halftime show connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game. It's the Hose Connection halftime report presented by Hose Connection, proven under pressure. Just like Leo so far, you've been under pressure all night. Hey, anybody that's got to work with me, you got a lot of pressure because guess what? You're carrying the load tonight.
It's week 1 for both of us, so just like the teams are working out some of the early season gaffes, we're working on that as well too. So we're just getting started here, but it should be a great season as well. As it's been you've had some wackiness in the first half, but both teams have responded from it well with this 8-0 score in favor of Merrillville after one quarter.
And as the game goes on, we will be providing scoreboard updates brought to you by Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
So it'll be 2nd and 9 for the 59ers to start things off in the second quarter after Brady Ellish in his first varsity start. They went 3 and out on the first drive, set up deep in their own territory on their second drive where they surrendered the safety. Now he's in a much more advantageous situation with 16 yards to go for the end zone after that forced fumble by the defense. So we'll see what they can cook up here as they look for their first score of the season. 59ers will have Jeremiah Gonzalez in the backfield with Ellish. He puts a tight end in motion. Takes the snap. Rolls left, looking to pass, scanning the field. There's some pressure in the backfield, and he just fires it away to the end zone to avoid the sack there. The Pirates were all over that rollout.
And they did roll to the wide side of the field, but Ellish is a right-handed quarterback, and you're rolling out to the left. That is so difficult to do, and he was never able. He was on a full sprint, and he's trying to throw across his body. If you're rolling out to the right side, but it's right side's the short side of the field, you don't want to roll out to the short side. But he had a receiver open, but he was never able to square his shoulders towards the line of scrimmage and get rid of the ball. He just ended up having to throw that one away. He had somebody on his backside the entire way.
So now Ellish looking to get something going here on 3rd and 9 from the 16-yard line. 11 minutes, 53 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Ellish drops back to pass. He is swarmed in the backfield, spins out of a tackle, is rolling left. He's just going to tuck it under his left arm and run, but he is sacked. Big hit there by Warren Brown, swooping in and taking Ellish down at the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Brown looked like he was shot out of a can and came up from his free safety position and closed the distance quickly and tackle for loss right there for a defensive back. That's always feels good.
That'll make it a 4th and 15, very long from the 22, bringing out the field goal unit. P.J. Cusick trying to knock this one through the uprights.
What little breeze they're going to be kicking into it. So it's a 39-yard field goal attempt.
Just over 11 minutes remaining here. Jackson Armstrong with the snap. Ellish will hold. Cusick's kick is up, and it goes wide left. It had the distance, but he was kicking all the way from those left hash marks, so that was a tough kick to try to make.
That and also the right side of that Andrean front caved in, and it looked like he looked up and saw that, then he ended up having to pull it really quick, because if he kicked it where he wanted to, that would have been blocked. The defensive line of Merrillville just pushed them straight back. And a huge stand for the Pirates defense right there. The turnover, quick change, and then they're back out on the field, and they stop them right there for no gain.
And after a fumble on their last possession, the Pirates offense makes their way back onto the field on their own 22-yard line. So Sanders with Johnson in the backfield. They have two receivers to the left, one out to the right. Getting ready to start things off here with 10:56 to go in the first quarter. Sanders in the gun. Johnson set up a few yards to his right. It's a handoff to Johnson. He gets past the left side of the line and keeps moving forward with a big first down run for 8 yards, bringing it to 2nd and 2. J.Q. Johnson just doing the recipe that the Pirates have had really working for them all day, just with these handoffs and continuing to establish that run game, setting things up for 2nd and 2. So now two receivers out to the left again. Johnson with Sanders in the backfield, one lone receiver out to the right. Sanders takes a snap, hands it off to Johnson, and Johnson storms through the line, gets into the secondary and picks up the Four Seasons first down and brings a new set of plays for the Pirates.
Yeah, Johnson on that running play, another 8-yard gain. he seems to make it to the second level untouched. The offensive line is getting a great push on those defensive linemen up front, and he's getting right onto the linebackers without being hit by anybody.
That'll make it 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. The Pirates hand it off to Johnson again. He crawls through the line and makes it into the secondary with a long first down run. He was falling forward, but just continued to bring that momentum forward and get those yards after contact.
Yeah, Angel Torres hit him right at the line of scrimmage, and Johnson just bounced off it. We got a quick scoring update. Valparaiso Vikings 14, Penn 7.
We have a stoppage in play here. The 59ers making a substitution. The 2nd and 1 from the Merrillville 45-yard line. 9 minutes, 48 seconds remain here in the second quarter. The Pirates are ahead here, 8-0, and they have the ball. Jordan Sanders, the junior, in at quarterback with Johnson behind him. It's another handoff to Johnson, or this is Cameron Jordan. He spins out of a tackle, keeps moving forward, gets to the 35-yard line of Andrean for a long 4 seasons first down. So Cameron Jordan, fresh legs off the bench, and he gets a big first down run there.
We're really going to have to get on our sports director at RSN. How about a game sheet of all the games that are being played this week? It's a little tough to try and keep the scores rolling here.
So that will make it 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line. Sanders hands it off to Jordan, and Jordan pushes to the left side of the line and falls forward for another positive gain.
Only 4 yards, though, this time, Leo. It seems like they're picking him up in 8, 9-yard chunks at a time. Andrean stopped him on the goal line, but those were really the only 2 plays that they held him for 0 or 1 yard gains.
And we mentioned how Sanders has less than 10 pass attempts in his career going into this game. He really hasn't had to try to match that yet, as the running game has been working so well that the passing game hasn't had to be put into use yet. We'll see if that comes into play later, as it's now 2nd and 6 from the 30-yard line. Here it is, Sanders looking to pass, firing it to the right side. He's got space, and he connects with Zamir Martin for a touchdown.
Wow, what a nice touch on that ball by Sanders. You'd think he'd been back there for years on that throw. He set his feet, threw it up to let his receiver run underneath it, and boy, did he ever caught that one in stride. He fell down at the back of the end zone to make sure he caught it inbounds, but wow. What a play by the sophomore, first-time starter Jordan Sanders.
So Zamir Martin with the touchdown reception. Nice catch by the senior, and that will bring the score to 14-0 with 8:34 to go here. And again, we see the Oaken bucket attempt from the Pirates here on the PAT. They have 2 linemen near the center, or near the long snapper. Bowles handles the snap, rolls right. He's trying to find something, but he is swarmed and quickly brought to the turf by the 59ers.
All right, let's close the chapter on that play, huh?
So 0 for 2 on the PATs keeps the score at 14-0 after a big passing touchdown. We will step aside when we come back. We'll see how Andrean responds. Stick around. You're watching Game Night, presented by the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Now,
flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the NECA contractors and electrical workers of Local 531.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
With 8:27 to go in the second quarter, Merrillville leads Andrean 14-0 as we're setting up for another Quintel kickoff. Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. So the Pirates picked up a touchdown on that long pass to Martin to make it 14-0 here in the first half. The kick from Gonzalez is in the air to Finley, who handles it just inside the 5, and he's going to return it. He starts to stride, rolling to his left, weaves through one gap, and is wrapped up and taken down at the 26-yard line.
And don't forget to check out the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays of the week football action. Visit our regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, or on Instagram. Electrifying plays presented by IBEW Local 697, and we had just one right there, a 31-yard connection to Zamir Martin from Sanders, the first-time quarterback that came in 8:27. That was a 31-yard strike. As they call it, it was a dime.
So we will now see Brady Ellish looking to see if he can respond with a dime of his own as they hand it off to Dumas, who is swarmed and pushed back. That play blown dead as he was barely able to get to the line of scrimmage on that first down run play.
Yeah, and it's blatantly obvious Andrean is trying to run over their big guys, 6'6", 320. Whoever turned on the lights, thank you in here. Now I can see again. That's Ben Novak.
So Novak, the highly recruited junior guard.
We'd had to call 697 electrifying to get the lights on in here.
There we go. Two receivers out to the right of Ellish. He's got Dumas in the backfield with him as well. A lone receiver, Finley, to his left. Yeah, the tight end on the right side as well. And there's a flag thrown. It'll be delay of game on the 59ers as the play clock hits 0 there.
So far in tonight's game, that's only been the second penalty. I take that back. That's the third penalty of tonight's game. We had a pass interference, we had offsides, and then this delay of game. So for a first game only having one fumble and 3 penalties in a quarter and a half of play, I think that's pretty good.
Especially with a lot of new starters on both sides. Now on the 2nd and 15, Ellish is passing. He fires this one and he hits his man. He connects with the receiver, Holmes,
23.
for a long first down. Holmes had to leap up, make the catch at his chest, and then continued to rumble forward after making the catch all the way to the 49-yard line for the season's first down. With 7:03 to go in the second half, Andrean finally picks up a first down on the passing game as well, getting some positive yards through the air.
Well, and Ellish threw that right between two defenders on the slant, like sort of a slant, skinny post right there, about 10, 15 yards downfield. Andrean's going to end up having to call a timeout here.
Andrean was trying to make the numbers work with the substitutions, and the play clock was starting to get low, so they take their second timeout of the half. You saw them burn one earlier when they were backed up into their own end zone, and now they use one here with still 6:41 to go in the quarter.
And don't forget at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be naming the Crowd Companies Lantern Man superhero of the game. Crowd Companies are the insurance superheroes right now. If you were to pick somebody right now, it would be J.Q. Johnson for Merrillville. He has been a dominant force out here. He has led Merrillville to their first score on that 80-yard drive, and he's been picking up 7-8 yards a carry, along with Cameron Jordan. The offensive line actually should get it because they've been getting such great pushes that they've been down the running backs. So they haven't gotten hit by the defensive linemen all night long.
And for piping hot pizza delivered right to your door, it's got to be Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith. Squeegee's is located at 106 South Broad Street in Griffith. Give them a call at 219-924-6000. Pickup or delivery, it's Squeegee's Pizza of Griffith, the best on Broad. So now it is 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line for Brady Ellish and the rest of the Andrean offense. looking for their first points of the season. Elish will have Dumas behind him in the backfield. 2 receivers out to the right. Here on first down. Elish takes the snap and hands it off to Dumas, who is stuffed at the line and brought down. Play there. Not going anywhere. Greg Hughes making the first hit.
I think Andrean's really going to have to lean on Brady Elish to get back in this game. It seems like up front they cannot get any movement on that defense for that defensive line of the Pirates. So they're really going to have to lean back on this young quarterback.
And that's an experienced group up front for Merrillville with Trenton Nixon, Aiden Camphor, and Jaden McAllister, all seniors, as well with Kieran Moore, who's the junior. But this is a group that played deep into the playoffs last year, trying to pick up where they left off. And there's another flag. This one will be false start on the offense, backing up.
You know, I jinx. The announcers jinx. You know,
it happens to all of us. That will make it 2nd and 15, putting the 59ers on their own 39-yard line. So we'll see what they have up their sleeve here. They have 2 tight ends on the field. 2 receivers out to the left, Dumas and Elish in the backfield. So Elish in the gun. Handles the snap, scans the field looking to his left. He fires it looking for Finley, who reels it in.
No, it looked like he dropped it.
Got away from him.
He did stretch out for that ball, and it looked like he had a Pirate draped all over him.
And we see the yellow flag on the field, so I think that's throwing into the pass, holding on the defense. So that we will replay 2nd down on that one. And we'll move the 59ers up just a little bit.
Yeah, up. Looks like it is a 10-yard penalty, so it'll be 2nd down and 5.
That'll make things much more manageable for the 59ers. 2nd and 5 with 5:33 to go in the second quarter. Finley and Vo, the 2 receivers, to the left side of the field. Elish has 2 tight ends on the field. He moves one of them, Murray, from left to right, joining Reyna on the right side of the line. He drops back looking to pass, lofts this one in the air towards Finley, who makes the grab and is pushed out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Jimmy Finley picking up the Four Seasons first down.
A 30-yard completion right there from Elish to Finley. Finley with a nice job being able to keep his feet in bounds, bring that in, and then absorb the hit by the Merrillville Pirate defensive back, closing on him quickly. Like I said, they're going to have to rely on Elish's arm. They cannot run the ball.
And that's what we saw there with the long passing play to the Northern Illinois commit, Finley. And the 59ers in the gun, 2 receivers to the right with a lot of room. They hand it off to Dumas, who is stifled at the line of scrimmage. Maybe picking up a yard there to bring it to 2nd and 9.
I'm sure Dumas is going back to the huddle. Can we throw the ball some more? No, we don't want to be running this because he got stopped right at the line of scrimmage. I mean, he maybe have picked up a half a yard if at best, but boy, that defensive front for Merrillville, you got 210, 270, 315, and Adam Camphor at 315, and Jalen McAllister at 220. So there's some big guys up front for the Pirates.
So the nose of the ball will be on the 25-yard line. It's a play-action pass with Elish rolling to his right. He fires it, connects with Reyna. Reyna barges towards the 21, so making a positive play on the play-action rollout with a physical pickup from Reyna.
Yeah, nice job right there by Elish. This time he's right-handed quarterback rolling out to his right side. He's able to get his forward momentum just a little bit and was able to hit his tight end just in the flat, picked up about 3 yards. So it's 3rd down and manageable, 3rd down and 6.
3rd and 6 from the 22-yard line, just over 4 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Andrean trying to get on the board here before the end of the first half. Finley and Vo, the 2 receivers to the left side of the field. They put Reyna, the tight end, in motion from right to left. Elish drops back in the gun. He's looking left to pass. He finds Vo. The freshman turns and runs, twists towards the chains. He's going to be shy of the first down, but it's a positive play for the freshman wide receiver, Tyler Vo.
Yeah, well, they had a combo route out to the wide side of the field. They had the outside receiver run a slant, and then they had the inside receiver run an arrow pattern, which was flat down the line of scrimmage towards the sidelines. And he was praying that slant came open. He held the ball just a second too long and then hit the arrow pattern to his freshman receiver, and he picked up a nice job of about 4 yards right there. 4th down and 3 to go.
Now on 4th and 3, the 59ers are going to keep their offense on the field at the 19-yard line of Merrillville, or the 19, and they will now take their 3rd timeout, and we will take one with them. Stick around here watching coverage of Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Oh, now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Take a class in your attic, that dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave, learn to paint on your lawn.
It's glorious.
And now on the road you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
3 minutes, 8 seconds to go until halftime in this Battle of Broadway between Merrillville and Andrean. The Pirates lead 14-0. But the 59ers trying to chip into that here, keeping the offense on the field on 4th and 3. Elish in the gun with Dumas to his right. 2 receivers to the right as well. Pair of tight ends on the field. Elish tries the hard count, trying to get the Pirates to jump. Now he takes a snap, drops back to pass, fires to Murray, his tight end, and draws the flag.
They call the flag. Good call on that one. Looked like he got there just a split second too early. Good job by the quarterback right there. He knew it was 4th down. There was some coverage, and it was pretty good coverage, but he threw it thinking, all right, I got nothing to lose here. The ball's going to be turned over, so he threw it up, tried to let his receiver make the play, and a penalty ensued.
And we've seen that a couple times from Elish where he's been able to identify plays where throwing into traffic a little bit, but where you know there might be a chance for a flag to be thrown. And that might be a little bit of testing the referee, seeing what you can get the call on and what maybe won't get the call on. And now you have an idea of what works and doesn't work. And it brings a new set of downs here. 1st and goal from the 10. The 59ers will put 2 receivers on the short side of the field. That's the left side. Dumas in the backfield with Elish. And Elish fakes the handoff, fires the screen pass to Finley. It is batted away. The Pirates were all over that one.
Yes, they were. They tried to run a receiver screen to the short side of the field. It looked like Merrillville was in the huddle because they had about 4 guys right on top of the play. That's something you run to more to the wide side of the field. You give your receiver some room to negotiate through there. Boy, they tried to thread the needle, and that one almost was a pick 6.
Makes it 2nd and goal after the incompletion.
So the ball is like 3 inches inside the 10-yard line.
Back on there, 2 minutes, 5-4 on the clock.
So we'll see if the 59ers can craft something up here, looking for their first score of the season. Finley and Vo, the receivers out to the right. Elish in the gun. Tries the hard count, takes snap. He fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He is wrapped up and thrown down to the turf after picking up about 2 yards there. So Brady Elish taking the hit to make the play to set up 3rd and goal from the 7.
And I think this is 4-down territory for Andrean. They're down 14-0. Even though if you get a field goal here, I think that a lot of that is deflated. And plus, they get the ball to start the second half. But I think, yes, you got to go. If they can get a fourth and manageable here. So let's go for half. Let's pick a play that's going to get 4 or 5 yards right here.
So we'll see if they can do that here. They have one receiver to either side. Ellis drops back to pass. He's looking to the right, looking for Finley, and he lofts that one towards the corner of the end zone, incomplete.
Boy, that was nice coverage out there. It looked like was that number 11 out there for Merrillville?
John Peters.
John Peters, wow, that was a nice job because they tried to run a quick slant with the post or the corner on it, and he didn't bite on that post move, and then on the corner he was well covered. The quarterback just ended up throwing it out, so they will kick the field goal since they get the ball at the start of the second half.
So that was Peters, the Western Michigan commit, covering Finley, the Northern Illinois commit. So a little bit of action there in the end zone, setting up for the field goal now as Cusick has it blocked. The kick was blocked, and now the Pirates are going to scoop it up. They have a chance to make the play. Here comes Peters speeding down the sideline where he's pushed out of bounds at the 31. So special teams coming ready to play for the Pirates there, blocking the field goal, picking it up off the turf, and getting a long run up after.
Yeah, nice job of realizing that the ball was still in play by the Pirates. Pirates picked it up. Andrean sort of thought the play was dead and just decided to stop. But again, on the initial kick or field goal attempt, Merrillville got such a great push on that right side. Same thing happened again. They've got a great push up front. Merrillville with the ball on the 35-yard line with 1:53 left in the second quarter.
So the Pirates playing with some energy tonight. And Sanders and Jordan in the backfield, in the gun. Sanders drops back to pass. He fires this one. It is in and out of the hands of his receiver, Bogard. Almost had the play. He had to jump up a bit and then lost it as he was coming back to the ground.
Hey, as a receiver, if the ball touches your hand, you're supposed to be able to catch it. At least that's what the coach told me every time I dropped one, which didn't happen very often, but it happened enough. He go, wait. It hits your hands, you're supposed to catch it.
4 receivers on the field for the Pirates, 2 to the left, 2 to the right. Jordan, the running back, in the backfield with Sanders, the quarterback. He drops back looking to pass. There's pressure in the backfield. He gets out of it, fires it downfield, and the ball is, I think it was tipped and then dropped by the receiver, Bogard.
Bogard, yeah, I think that linebacker in front of him tipped it just enough.
Where it kind of changes direction.
Just enough that it threw him off.
But that was a good play there by Sanders as there was pressure in the backfield. The pocket kind of collapsed. He was able to swim out of it and then find a passing lane to throw down forward. But it looked like just Sanders, or Charlie Solers, the senior linebacker, was able to get a paw on it and send it to kind of corkscrew away. So now there's a whistle as the ball was snapped and a flag is thrown. It'll be on the offense. False start on the offense, so that'll make it 3rd and 15 with 1:37 remaining in the first half.
Don't forget the Hose Connection halftime, connecting the first half and the second half of tonight's game. It's the Hose Connection halftime report presented by Hose Connection, proven under pressure.
So now the Pirates with a long 3rd down here after the blocked field goal, trying to move the chains a little bit. 3 receivers to the right side of the field, 2 to the left. Sanders drops back to pass, scanning the options. He gets through the pocket, but he is dropped by Landon Murray, who was able to make the play off the line. So about a 6-yard gain from Sanders on the scramble, setting up for 4th and 9.
Now it looks like Merrillville's not going to take any chances. They're going to run out the punt team. I think this is the first time Merrillville's had to punt all night.
That is correct. We saw them with a fumble. They've had a pair of scores. And this will be the first punt that'll bring Darian Wiggins to kick it away for the Pirates. Wiggins off the snap, puts it in the air. Vo deep to return for the 59ers. He stays away from it, and the ball will be downed at the 18-yard line in Andrean territory.
Also coming up at halftime, we will have the Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. So that'll be part of our halftime show.
Take a look at some of the other games happening throughout the region. Week 1 is upon us here. And we have a traditional rivalry here. Merrillville ahead 14-0. They have not lost the Battle of Broadway since 2017, as there's a flag on the receiving team there. So the 59er offense will take over deep in their own territory after the penalty on the punt. Sun has fully set, so the light's taking effect here on the first game night of the season.
So what do you think if you're Andrean? I think you're backed up to the 10-yard line. I think you just try and
inside the 10.
Yeah, run a couple running plays. I don't remember off the top of my head the number of timeouts that Merrillville has used.
So Dumas in the backfield with Elish, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. It's a handoff to Dumas. He is quickly stuffed at the line after a big hit by Aiden Shields, extra defensive lineman in there, and the Pirates will take a timeout.
And next, 36.3 seconds left in.
And we will step aside as well, so stay with us here. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Oh, now Mesh Boost Wi-Fi all over your home. Taking a class in your attic, that dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave, learn to paint on your lawn.
He's glorious.
And now on the road, you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
.3 seconds away from halftime here. Andrean deep in their own territory. 2nd and 10 from their own 9-yard line. So Elish, the junior, in the backfield with a running back in there with him. 2 receivers, split out, 1 on each side. It's a fake handoff, and then they throw it to the left side of the field. It's Finley who scampers, that was Finley on the reception with the long run up after.
Yeah, about
for a
pick
long
up of
first
about 20 yards right there. So nice job getting the first down. Now let's see if Merrillville continues to call timeouts here.
This is where you can get more creative for Andrean now, as you're still scoreless here at the end of the first half on their own 24-yard line, but they might just probably play it safe.
I'm still thinking handoff here, but that's just me.
Right. 3 receivers to the right. Dumas in the backfield with Elish, awaiting the snap. Tries the hard count. And the play clock hits 0 there. I think we're going to see another delay of game on the 59ers. So that makes it 2nd and 15 with 25 seconds to go until halftime.
Again, I'm thinking now you're backed up. You've got I think it's time to take a knee.
Yeah.
But they still, they only have 2 timeouts, so maybe you need to run a play.
And we will
at 29.5. They did start the clock prior to the ball being snapped.
It's 29.5 seconds remaining. 2 receivers to the right of Elish, 1 to his left. He fakes the handoff and was looking for Finley. The ball hit him in the top of the hands, but there was a defensive back applying pressure to separate him from the ball. So it's an incompletion, keeping it to 2nd and 15.
Yeah, and the clock stops. Now their 2 timeouts come back into play.
Yeah. You could, in theory, this could be enough time for Merrill to get the ball back and take a shot at the end zone.
Oh, 100%. About maybe get it back with about 10 seconds left.
So Elish in the pistol. Now he hands it off to Dumas, who rumbles forward, gets
probably one of their best running plays of the night.
Yeah, that
right
has
there.
to be one of the furthest plays we've seen. And Merrillville takes a timeout, stopping the clock at 18.8 seconds. So that makes it about 3rd and 9 for the 59ers here.
Yes. Don't forget, at the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll be naming the Boilermaker Local 374 Blue Collar Player of the Game, brought to you by Boilermakers Local 374. Earn while you learn with Boilermakers Local 374.
So the two-way starter, Ellis Dumas, picks up one of his longest run plays of the game. It's a player that the 59ers are counting on, but it's been that defensive front for Merrillville who's really been shutting him down for most of this ball game.
Yeah, that Merrillville front 4 right now has got the Andrean offensive line on its heels. They really, the best play right now is just the 3-step drop for Andrean. You know, while the quarterback's already in the shotgun, so as soon as he catches it, boom, he gets rid of it. So that's probably been their best play. They cannot run the ball.
That brings us to 3rd and 9. Andrean setting up on their own 25. 18.8 seconds to go. Elish has 2 receivers on his right side, 1 to his left, puts a tight end in motion from right to left. Now off the snap. It's a quick toss over to the left side. He fires it on a strike to Holmes, who spins out of a tackle, keeps moving forward for a slight gain as he was brought out near the sideline.
That was pretty close. I said Merrillville would get the ball back with about 10 seconds, but it's probably going to be less than 10 after the punt.
Yeah. So there's a timeout by the Pirates that stopped the clock, 10.8 seconds. We'll see the punt team from Merrillville take the field with P.J. Cusick trying to get that one far down the field.
And don't forget to visit regionsports.com, Facebook/Region Sports Nation, and Instagram for this week's Power Indiana Peak Performers presented by the NECA/IBW Powering Indiana of Lake County. Powering Indiana, the region's most trusted electricians. Hopefully that was the right way to do it. And I mean, if you're looking at tonight's game, you got to go. How about running backs for Merrillville?
Yeah.
Let's just leave it at that.
They've really helped make things more comfortable for their first-time starting quarterback, Sanders. And that really helped set up the touchdown, too, because you think Andrean was anticipating run, and then when it was a pass situation, they had the advantage there, catching them a little bit by surprise with Sanders being able to fire a nice pass down the field. Here's the punt from Cusick in the air, and the Pirates signal fair catch at their own 39.
A little bit of a mistake right there. He did have some room to run. If he would have caught it and just went straight up the middle of the field, he had some room. So hey, here we go. Good time for the quarterback to practice the Hail Mary right here.
3.8 seconds left, taking over on their own 40 will be the offensive Merrillville. Jordan Sanders in his first game as a starter of the season will look to try to fire one to the end zone.
Hey,
Pirates lead 14-0 here and want to maybe try to add to that.
Yeah, I think right here you got a one-on-one matchup with a press coverage. You throw it to the left side.
That'll be Zamir Martin, the receiver, on the left side of the field near the Merrillville sideline. You have 3 receivers bunched up to the right side. They have the H-back Turner on the right side of the line, and that'll make Sanders the lone man in the backfield.
Yeah, defensive back for Andrean matched up one-on-one, Gavin Jones.
Sanders is looking to the right side to pass, though, and he is brought down. The ball gets away from him, and the 59ers jump on it. So a big play by the defensive end to force the fumble. That will end the first half here. The Pirates with a 14-0 lead through 2 quarters of football. We'll have plenty more coverage coming up. Stick around. You're with us for Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage.
We are back for the Hose Connections halftime report, brought to you by Hose Connections on Kennedy Avenue in Hammond. Visit them on the web at hoseconnectionsinc.com. Hose Connections, proven under pressure. We're here for the Battle of Broadway between Merrillville and Andrean. Through 2 quarters, it's the Pirates with a 14-0 lead over the visitors, and it's been really a hard-fought game in the trenches for the Pirates so far, led by their duo of running backs in Johnson and Jordan. J.Q. Johnson was able to punch in the first score for the Pirates at about a 2-yard run, and then the Pirates picked up 2 points from a safety on a screen pass that was caught in the end zone, and then a tackle by a whole crew of Pirates, getting credit for that safety. And then it was Sanders with a long strike to his receiver, Zamir Martin, for the score. Another missed extra point to make it 14-0, and that's how we got here, through a lot of running we've seen from the Pirates here by Johnson and Jordan, but we saw the nice dime to the end zone by Sanders in his first start as the junior quarterback for Merrillville.
All right, I'm back. All right. Sorry about that, Leo. I left you hanging there for a second. I was trying to get some J.Q. Johnson's stats, 7 carries, 60 yards on the night. So that's not a bad first half.
No,
and a touchdown on a 2-yard run that came at 7:05 in the first quarter.
Yeah, you'll certainly take that. As we talked about, the Pirates coming off the semi-state appearance with a new quarterback, but with Johnson back, who had over 1,000 yards last year, you're still trying to kind of retool on the fly and make another playoff run, and they might have the recipe for that with this running game, and if Sanders continues to develop.
Yeah, and you look at this, you look at our script right here with the offense and defense, you look at Merrillville's offensive line, all seniors.
Yeah.
You got to like that. When you're coming into a season and you've got 5 starters at the offensive line and they're all seniors, you know there's some seasoned veterans in there. You may have a first-time starter here or there, but 5 seniors working together, you just got to be feeling really good about yourselves coming into the season.
And the special thing about 5 players that have been in a high school weight program for 4 years, you're seeing the dividends pay off at that. And you look at their defensive line, too. They've been doing a good job of really taking away the run from Andrean, forcing them to really have to make the gains on offense through the pass, and that's where they've struggled a little bit offensively is Andrean, where with the running game taken away, they've looked a little bit hurried on that passing game.
Yeah, it's too much pressure right up the gut on for Andrean's offensive line to try and handle it. It is so tough out there for Andrean. They got to get 3 steps, and they've got to get rid of that ball within 2 seconds because. And they've tried to roll. They tried to roll Elish out a couple times, and he just can never get his shoulders square to the line of scrimmage. He's always running sideways because there's somebody in his hip pocket chasing him down, and that's just tough. So I mean, and once the defense figures that out, that they're going to be doing the quick passing, they're going to start pressing those receivers. So it's Andrean's got to come up with something interesting in the second half.
And we will see that Andrean will get the ball
yes.
to start things off here. So you have to think that's a crucial drive there to try to strike early in this second half, try to make it a one-score game. We'll see if they can measure that. We saw a great 4th and goal stop by that Andrean defense where the Pirates have been running the ball all drive and then 4 straight run plays with 6 yards to go, and it was the 59ers who came out on top of that battle.
Yeah, the defense stepped up big time on that series of downs right there. And then 2 plays later, they get a safety by the Merrillville defense, and then the short field caused Merrillville to score that next touchdown. So they didn't score on that drive, but they ended up scoring 8 points.
Yeah, they still kind of set themselves up to score off of that in the field position game. So you look at that, you see that's where kind of the battle has been won here for the Pirates.
Elish has had some flashes.
Yeah.
He had that 31-yard pass to Finley. And he had a couple other plays here and there. So you can see he's a little green, and he's having flashes of plays. So I think when he has more time to throw, he's going to get better. And as the season progresses, it's going to get better for him.
Right. And yeah, it's only week 1, and this is a big non-conference matchup here. You see Merrillville number 2 in our RSN rankings. So this is a tough task to try to start your new season going up against.
And
we will take a look at our Strack and Van Til. We will take a break, then take a look at the scoreboard update. So stick around. The Strack and Van Til update. The scoreboard update is brought to you by Strack and Van Til. Strack and Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. That's coming up next. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
If you work with industrial, pneumatics, or hydraulics, and you're in need of maintenance or repair, you need the right connection. For over 20 years, Hose Connections in Hammond has been the premier leader in the hydraulics industry. Hose Connections is a one-stop shop for sales and service of pneumatics and hydraulics. Hose Connections continues to grow their network of industry contacts, which allows them to meet even your toughest expectations. To learn more, visit HoseConnectionsInc.com. Hose Connections in Hammond. Proven under pressure.
When life keeps you busy and you can't get to the store, shop online with Strachan Van Til To Go. Our to-go service is easy to use. Register using your rewards account information, fill your virtual cart, and choose delivery or pickup. Once your order is in, our own Strachan Van Til team preps your order with care. With our to-go service, you can earn reward points and save time and money with our online coupons and weekly ad prices. Life made simple, shopping made easy. For more information or to sign up, visit shop.strachanvantil.com.
Hi, I'm Crowd Company's Lantern Man. For years, I've helped your family and friends save on their car insurance. And now I've returned to rescue you from high prices. Whether you have a perfect driving record or a not-so-perfect record. Follow me to the Crowd Agency for immediate and affordable coverage. I'm your insurance superhero. Crowd Company's insurance professionals. Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
We are back with the Hose Connections halftime report. Leo Staudaher and Jay Simmons with you here. Now it's time to take a look around the region with the Strachan Van Til scoreboard update.
All right, and here we go. In a very good game, I'm thinking right here. Hanover Central 24, Wheeler 14. I think a close score for something close for Wheeler is a huge win for them. Again, Hanover, on a roll as always during the regular season. That's in the third quarter. Most of these scores will be updating to you are in the third quarter. Our game seems to be running a little bit slower than most games. We have Lake Central 14, Munster 0, and that's also in the third quarter. Chesterton 21, Hobart 3 in the third quarter. Penn 21, Valpo 14. Now that's in the fourth quarter because they started at 6:30. And the Battle of Roy Richards, Portage versus Morton. Portage 0, Morton 0. A barn burner there. Let's continue on. Crown Point 35, Lowell nothing. Crown Point continuing their role in the regular season. Hey, here's a bit of a surprise score for most people in the region, me being a Highland guy especially. Griffith 35, Highland nothing. Highland sort of in a rebuilding after Coach Koulianos left, and on the flip side, Griffith Panthers are in. Last year they were rebuilding. Now they've got the pieces together, and they are on a roll right now. 35-0. That's in the third quarter. Also, South Bend Riley 19, Bishop Knoll 0, South Bend Washington 0, Hammond Central 0. Let's see if I'm going. Let's see. Michigan City 14, Warsaw 7. Whiting 0, North Newton 0. East Chicago versus River Forest, both knotted up at 0. I think that is South Bend, Washington. And I already read that one. I think that is it. Oh, hold on. New Prairie 21, LaPorte 7. That is in the third quarter. That started again at 6:30. Probably starting the fourth quarter by now.
So there we have the Strachan Van Til scoreboard update. Follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Strachan Van Til hometown scoreboard, streaming on youtube.com/Region Sports, facebook.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com. Strachan Van Til, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store. So coming up in just a bit, it's the second half between the Pirates and the 59ers. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Thinking about what to do after high school? Consider a career with Boilermakers Local 374. As a Boilermaker apprentice, you'll earn while you learn. We offer excellent wages and benefits, and as part of our no-cost hands-on apprenticeship program, you'll learn from the best in state-of-the-art training centers and on the job. Become a union Boilermaker and get on your way to a great career. Find out more, visit www.local374.org or call 219-845-1000.
Old Man Winter is just around the corner, and that means temperatures will soon begin to drop. And a region winter is not the time to be left out in the cold. The professionals at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling can tune up that old furnace or install a new unit that can last for years. Your family deserves to stay comfortable this winter, and with 24/7 emergency service, comfort is just a phone call away. Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, 219-923-4441. Or for more info, the website is forajobdoneright.com.
getting ready to start the second half in this opening week matchup on the Battle of Broadway between the Merrillville Pirates and the Andrean 59ers. Through 2 quarters, the Pirates lead 14-0, and we are just waiting to start things off here. Andrean will receive the kick to begin things in the third quarter. What do they need to try to do to establish something on that first offensive possession?
Well, I think you got to throw on first down. You don't wait until you're 2nd and 10, 3rd and 10. Don't get too far behind the chains. Stay with the short passing game. Try and get those short passes. Draw those defensive backs up, and then go over the top. A hitch and go. A fade pattern, out and up, something like that. Again, but those plays take more time. So again, I think you got to stay with the short passing game, a little play action. I don't think the rollout's going to work. I don't think Elish's foot speed is good enough that he can get outside those defensive ends of the Merrillville Pirates. So they've got to just stay short and sweet.
And we've seen they've had their senior running back, Ellis Dumas, run into a little bit of a problem there because they seem to be looking for that matchup, trying to run behind Ben Novak at left guard, but that's exactly what the Pirates have been anticipating.
Yeah, and it's funny, as you watch them, they have a defensive lineman over the top of him, and then they are shooting some type of linebacker in either gap on either side of him. So they're trying to force him to block 2 guys, and everybody on Broadway knows that they're running to the left side where he's at, and that's going to be one of the problems having that big of a guy up on the line, is that you want to run to him, but the defense is going to blitz right into him. So
it draws a lot of attention.
Yes,
so
it
you
does.
Got to look for alternative
that's
ways.
The same thing with Jimmy Finley on the outside. He's got a man on him and then a man over the top of him. So they're sort of like pressing him, and then at the same time they've got somebody about 10, 15 yards over the top of him. So you can take those individual pieces away. It's got to be somebody else got to step up and be big for the 59ers.
And we've seen them involve Tyler Vo, the freshman wide receiver, a little bit, and incorporate the tight ends, both Landon Murray and Ethan Reyna, receiving catches as well. So that might be what we see a little bit more of, are those quick passes to the tight ends, especially if you're under pressure. Just get something off quickly to your closest target normally in that tight end.
And then on the flip side, Merrillville, you just stick with what's brought you to the dance. I think you stay with that 2-headed monster. You let the seniors plow the road in front of them and just keep on going. Time of possession, I'm sure they've dominated it throughout the game, and they're going to dominate it here in the second half. And Andrean's you've got to sell out one way or the other. Do you go man coverage over the top and bring that extra man up on the line of scrimmage, or do you sit back and play zone coverage and let them pound you up in the front? And so it's going to be interesting to see how Andrean defensively handles this huge offensive line for the Merrillville Pirates.
And you look at it for Merrillville, you have to be pleased with how efficient this running game, or how overpowering at times it's been so far. When you can run the ball this early in the year, that you certainly take that, versus if your passing game is a little bit behind that, because you can develop the passing game as the season goes on. But if you aren't able to run the ball, you're going to be in trouble for a long time that season. So having that run game running without any problems early on is just so key to starting off the season successfully.
Yeah, and the one thing, as we heard the Merrillville Pirate coaching staff leave the press box, they were discussing how Jordan Sanders cannot hang on to the ball right now. He's got two fumbles.
Yeah.
One almost cost him points. They ended up missing a field goal, and one right here at the end of the half, which no damage, but he's got to figure out how to hang on to the ball once he starts to move in the pocket. That's the 2 times he's tried to get out of the pocket, 2 times he has fumbled.
Yeah, and that's something too. And he's a junior, one of his first games to start. That has to be kind of drilled into you, because turnovers can really lead to problems as well. And so
you're not going to get away with it when you're playing Crown Point in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
So he's got to rectify that situation ASAP.
Getting ready for kickoff here, and this will be a Quintel kickoff. This kickoffs and all kickoffs are presented by Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. So it will be the Pirates kicking off to the 59ers. That will be Benito Gonzalez getting ready to boot it downfield. Well, we will have Vo and Finley back for the 59ers. So Merrillville kicking from right to left across the field. Finley and Vo set up at the 10-yard line, ready to start things off for the third quarter here in the Battle of Broadway. Gonzalez takes a run up into the ball, puts it in the air. It's drifting towards Vo. He handles it just outside the 5, and he's going to sprint forward, gets around one wave, spins around one defender, cuts back, rolling to the right side around the 29-yard line where he is eventually stopped. But the freshman with some moves.
And what's the weather going to be like for the second half?
That's right. The sunset has happened now, so that will bring things down to just over 70 degrees. Temperatures maybe dropping into the late 60s later, but it is a great night to start the season, and that is the the Economy Electric Game Night Forecast, brought to you by our friends at Economy Electric Heating and Cooling, keeping you cool in the summer and cozy in the winter. So Brady Ellish and company back on the field at their own 29-yard line. Two receivers to his left, one to his right. He's going to hand it off to the running back Gonzalez. Jeremiah Gonzalez, the 5'10", 175-pound sophomore, picks up a couple yards there.
And just as I predicted, the second half, I'm trying to go with just the glasses, and I can't see the numbers. I'm going to have to use the binoculars for the second half. When it gets dark out, I have to switch over.
There we go.
Just thought you might want to know.
For everyone at home now, there you have it. So Ellish and Gonzalez in the backfield, two receivers out to the left, one to the right. Finley, the lone receiver, to the right. He's being guarded by Peters of the Pirates. Ellish fires to the left, connects with Vo. Vo scampers forward, gets the first down, and more. Breaks one tackle and is brought down by a whole gang of Pirates for a long 4 seasons first down.
And we got a man down on the field. Looks like just a sprained ankle or something, twisted it. But Merrillville brought the house on that play. They brought 6 guys. They played man coverage. Andrean ran a great play for a blitz like that. They ran the quick slant on the outside receiver. Again, the arrow pattern, the flat pattern to the inside receiver. He was able to catch it, make a man miss, and turn it upfield for a big play for the 59ers.
So that was an 18-yard gain for the 59ers as there is a player down on the field for the Pirates. So we will step aside while that is being attended to. You are listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Tech Checking Plus from Tech Credit Union offers everything you'd expect from a checking account. Plus, you'll earn one of their best dividend rates for maintaining a higher account balance. Currently, 4.85% annual percentage yield. No need to choose between easy access to funds or earning a better dividend. Tech Checking Plus gives you both. Visit techcu.org, contact any branch, or call 800-276-8324 to learn more. Tech Credit Union is federally insured by the NCUA. Rates may change without notice.
So after the injured player was helped off the field, the 59ers attempted a short pass to the left side for the tight end, and he was looking for Reyna, but there is a flag on the field.
Yeah, Trent Nixon tackled him before the ball was there, or draped all over him, and so they're going to call pass interference on the defense.
So that will move things back, helping the 59ers here, who are through the pass to Vo, and now through the penalty are putting together a drive, moving all the way to the 47-yard line of Merrillville.
That is the second time into enemy territory of the night for the Andrean 59ers.
So Ellish has 2 receivers and a tight end out to the left side. Running back in the backfield, Ellis drops back to pass, fires downfield, connects with Vo, who gets the first down and a little bit more on the passing play for a Seasons first down.
Nice combination route right there. Inside receiver ran a little bit of a wheel, went up the sidelines, and then the outside receiver ran a post pattern, clearing it out and leaving a nice little window for Ellis to hit the receiver. Boy, Ellis is looking pretty darn sharp right here in this series.
He has been precise out of the halftime break. Now he's got one receiver to each side, but a little bit of bobble on the handoff, but he picks it up out of the air, and now he's going to keep it, scrambling to the left side, gets past the line of scrimmage for a yard. That could have been devastating, but they made something out of nothing there. He was trying to hand it off to his running back, Gonzalez, and then the ball popped up in the air. And
it looked like it had gotten snapped like a split second too early. Yeah. He wasn't ready for it, and he was able to get his hand up, pop the ball in the air, and catch it, and then able to get 1 yard out of it. It looked like he was running for his life out there.
We've seen him with a couple desperation scrambles tonight so far, and he's been able to stay in one piece through all of that. Now he's got Finley and Vo to his right, Gonzalez behind him in the backfield. Out of the pistol, it's a handoff to Gonzalez, who storms forward for a slight gain on the run play, making it 3rd and about 7.
And they tried to go into the belly of the beast right there. You know, they went into, what's that, Adam Camphor, the 6'1", 315-pound senior at nose tackle. They ran right into him, and he gave up about a yard.
So 9.5 minutes remaining here. 3rd and 8 from the 27-yard line. Ellis has Vo to his right, Finley to the left. Fakes the play action, throws to the tight end. He hits his man, or
looked like
just
it was
barely
just
missed it.
deflected. It got to the receiver, but it looked like it had been tipped right at the line of scrimmage and sort of threw the receiver off. If he would have caught that, he had about 10, 15 yards up the sidelines. And the funny thing is, as we're watching it, you see Coach Skinner jumping up and down up on the sidelines thinking, oh, this would have been a great play if he would have been able to catch that ball. Oh, he looked awfully excited about it.
Charlie Sollers was the intended receiver, and now the 59ers will keep the offense out on 4th down.
It's a go time right here for the 59ers.
4th and 8 from the 27. Trips right, one running back, Gonzalez in the backfield in the gun with Ellis. He drops back, he's looking right to pass. He throws it to Vo. Vo goes sliding and tumbling, makes the catch inside the 10 for a big first down for the 59ers.
What a job by Ellis to sit in the pocket, had a little bit of pressure in his face, was able to maintain his vision downfield, and threaded the needle over the linebacker and underneath the free safety for a great diving catch at about the 7-yard line.
So after that Four Seasons first down, it sets things up for 1st and goal from the 7. The 59ers trying to get on the board for the first time in this ball game. Ellis in the gun with Gonzalez, who's going to be at his hip on the right side. 2 receivers to the left. It's a handoff to Gonzalez. He goes forward, gets to the 5. So a positive play on first down via the run game.
Yeah, and the Pirates tried to blitz right into that play, and good vision by the running back right there. He was able to cut it back inside and pick up a positive play, and it's going to be 2nd down and 5. And 8:31 left in the second quarter, or third quarter, so big set of downs here for the 59ers to get back into this game.
So the 59ers in the gun again. A pair of tight ends on the field, 2 receivers split out to the left. It's a keeper. Ellis is going to hang on to it. He is swarmed by a whole crew of Pirates, and they tackle him for a loss at the 11-yard line.
It looked like it was sort of a read by Ellis, and I think he should have handed it off right there because the inside was open. And the offensive line did a nice job of pushing everybody to the outside, and they pushed him right into where he was running.
So that'll be a loss of 3 on the play, making it 3rd and 10, 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. So the 59ers need points here.
Yeah, I think right here, Andrean's got to think about getting half of the distance, and then going for it on 4th down.
They'll put Finley out to the right, Vo to the left. Gonzalez in the backfield, and the 59ers burn a timeout here. And we will burn one as well. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Have you checked out Centier Bank's student checking account? This no-fee checking account is perfect for students and teens ages 14 to 24 and comes with all the features you need to succeed, such as a debit card, digital banking, and automatic deposit. Centier Bank can help you start establishing good spending habits today for your better tomorrow. For more information, visit Centier.com/student-checking or visit your local branch. If you are under the age of 18, your parent or guardian must also sign on the Centier student checking account. At the age of 25, your account will automatically convert to the Centier checking account. You must deposit $25 to open this account. This account is not eligible for overdraft advantage. Member FDIC.
After taking a timeout to finalize things, the 59ers trying to get in the end zone here. 3rd and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll put Vo and Finley, the receivers, out to the right. They move their tight end, Reyna, from left to right. Elish in the gun, tries the hard count, drops back looking to pass. He fires to the end zone for Vo, who jumps up but cannot secure it. He was being guarded well by Jalen Ramsey, who forces the incompletion, bringing it to 4th down.
Yeah, nice job right there by Elish, being able to give his receiver an opportunity to catch the ball. He threw it up nice and high and was able to just let him sink underneath it.
He's looking for that play to his freshman wide receiver, Vo, who's made a few big grabs on this drive, helped them get into this position. So now it is 4th and goal from the 10. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go here. 59ers have been held scoreless so far. They will keep the offense on the field. Vo and Finley to the right. Rolling right is Elish, the quarterback. He hits the tight end, Reyna, but the ball goes in and out of his hands. Incomplete, and it's a turnover on downs.
Yeah, that's a real tough play right there to try and get the receiver wide open on that one. They had 3 receivers going to that side, and it was just well covered by the Merrillville Pirates.
Now that will bring the Pirate offense onto the field on their own 10-yard line. Jordan Sanders and company trying to put together a scoring drive here to start off the 3rd quarter after their defense prevailed with a big stop to start things off.
Andrean's not out of it still. I mean, if they can come up with a defensive stop here and get the ball and eventually get a score in this quarter, they should be fine.
Sanders hands it off to his receiver who was in motion on the jet sweep. That was Bogard, who was able to roll to the right and pick up 3 yards, making it 2nd and 8 from the 11-yard line.
Yep. Andrean's has got to try and put a little bit of a halt on that running game by the Pirates.
So now Sanders, with his heels on the 5-yard line, has Johnson behind him, 2 receivers to the left. It will be a handoff to Johnson. Johnson, who's going to try to dance his way forward after passing the line of scrimmage, will be picking up a couple of yards there to make it 3rd and 4 for the Pirates.
Yeah, nice job by Andrean right there, able to slow him down on the last 2 plays. Usually he's been falling forward for about 5 or 6 yards every play.
So now 3 receivers to the left, 2 to the right. Sanders, the lone man in the backfield. Handles the snap, drops back to pass. He's looking left now. Pump fakes, goes right, fires it, and it goes out of the hands of Bogard. Bogard was turning while catching it, and it was a drop with possibly more room to go after the catch.
That's the 3rd. Should have been caught by Bogard tonight. He has really struggled out there. He's got to pull himself back together and You got to get it right for the rest of the season.
That'll make it 4th and 4. The Pirates will punt from their own 15. Vo back deep for the 59ers. And there's a flag as the ball was snapped. Let's see who that goes against. Encroachment on the defense. So that 5-yard penalty will make it a first down.
Oh, that's a bad break right there for the 59ers.
And a little too eager before that punt, and now that gives the Pirates an extra chance here.
Yeah, and that defense did a great job on that series, was able to contain the 2 running backs. So now the Merrillville offense comes back out onto the field.
And we've seen a couple big stands by this Andrean defense, but that one really hurts when they give their opponent the ball back. So now Sanders on the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson finds a gap on the left side of the line, runs through it, and is brought down just passing the 25-yard line for a 5-yard first down play.
Oh, again, great push by that offensive line. Now they're going to be going quick play right here, try and catch the defense napping.
Pirates will split 2 receivers to the left. They have the H-back Turner on the left side as well. That's where the handoff will go to Jordan. Jordan pushes forward and is stopped by the 59ers just shy of the first down.
Oh, they gave it to him right on the line.
3rd and
no, they didn't. I thought I saw the.
Now they are moving it. Yep.
Yeah.
So it is a 4 seasons first down for the Pirates with 5:27 remaining in the 3rd quarter. 1st and 10 from their own 30. Johnson puts Martin in motion, hands it off to Jordan. Jordan with a defender draped around him, keeps the legs moving, and picks up a first down. Nice run by the sophomore for the 4 seasons first down.
Boy, and there was a couple guys in the backfield tried to blow the play up, and Johnson just ran right by him. It was a good blitz call by the 59ers, but they just couldn't execute it.
Sanders makes his way to the line. He has Johnson behind him, 2 receivers, Martin and Bogart to the left. Turner, the H-back, to his left. He hands it off to Johnson. Johnson breaks a tackle at the line, keeps moving as he rolls right, and picks up 4 yards there on a physical first down run.
Yeah, Johnson right there. Great job of following his block. That was number 23, Davon Turner, from his tight end position, kicked out the defensive end, and he was able to cut right inside it and pick up 5 on the first down.
Yeah, Turner has made a few big blocks tonight, but we've seen him do a lot of that where he's kind of paved the way for Johnson or Jordan to follow him for some extra yards, making it 2nd and 5 from their own 49. Merrillville trying to work their way into Andrean territory. Sanders fakes the handoff. He's dropping back to pass. Lofts one deep down to the left side. He hits his man. It's Rynell Lewis for the long strike downfield. Lewis, the junior wide receiver, making a huge catch to set it up. 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Jordan Sanders let go of that ball on the 40-yard line. The receiver caught it at the 15-yard line, so that was a 55-yard pass. 45-yard pass, but wow, he put some air underneath that one. That was a great play right there.
On first down, the Pirates will hand it off to Johnson, and he goes bursting forward to the 5-yard line, so he picks up.
That could be an IBEW Local 697 electrifying play of the game.
That was a big throw and catch from the Pirates there. Lewis with a tremendous grab to flip the field, and now it's a handoff to Johnson from the 5. Johnson pushing forward. There's a flag thrown, so we'll sort things out now. Johnson looked like he was short of the end zone anyway. We'll get an idea of what that call is now.
So that's not the IBEW Local 697 electrifying plays of the week, not of the game.
There's an injured 59er out there. There's a flag on the play as well. So we will start trying to make some sense of what will ensue.
Yeah, it looks like he just got a cramp in his calf muscle right there. It's, usually the first game or two, you have quite a few of those calf cramps because it's so hot up. But tonight, with it being in just the low 70s, high 60s, it's been a pretty cramp-free night.
Yeah, as that flag was against the defense, so that'll put the ball on the 2-yard line for the Pirates, making it 2nd and 2 with 2 to go. As they lead 14-0, they can really try to distance themselves here with a score on these next plays.
Yeah, and I think you gotta just feed the beast right here and run it in. 2nd and 2. Merrillville's been pushing that Andrean defensive line around all night, so it looks like I would just keep on going with that.
And we have a top 10 matchup tonight. You can visit regionsports.com, Facebook /Region Sports Nation, Instagram and Region Sports Network, YouTube for this week's Home Improvement Top 10 presented by Enigenberg Exteriors. For all your home exterior needs, visit ebergexteriors.com. The 59ers are 7 in that poll, and the Pirates are number 2.
And we were talking about Davon Turner opening up holes for the Merrillville running backs. That could be a Boilermakers 374 blue-collar player of the game. That'll be at the conclusion of tonight's game.
So the injured 59er being helped off the field, and now the two teams getting back in their positions here. 2nd and goal from the 2. The Pirates will send 2 receivers to the far side of the field on the right. Johnson's behind Sanders in the gun. They put 1 receiver, Bogart, in motion. It's a handoff to Johnson. He is stopped at the line of scrimmage, keeps the legs moving, and is brought down at the 5 for a loss on 2nd down.
Yeah, loss of 3 yards on the play. Great job defensively. Andrean finally sold out, sent a couple linebackers right up the middle, and were able to corral him. And it looked like he tripped over his own 2 feet for half of it. He was never able to regain his balance.
Vinny Zupan in on the tackle for the 59ers. Al Vega as well. So now it is 3rd and goal from the 5. Sanders rolling right, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson tries to dance forward towards the end zone. Was brought down with a big hit, but still picks up some positive yardage, but is short of the goal line.
Looks like it's about 4th down from the 3-yard line. Again, nice job by Andrean being able to handle that unbalanced formation by the Pirates.
With 2:10 to go here in the 3rd quarter, Merrillville's also done a good job of bleeding time away here in this frame. They will bring an extra tight end onto the field. That's Aiden Shields, who we've seen on the D-line as well. Sanders in the gun, hands it off to Johnson. 4th and goal. Johnson storms forward, but he will be short.
It doesn't even look like he got back to the line of scrimmage. No. Great job. They tried to run right up the middle, and they didn't seem to notice. Now, how do you not notice? But Andrean snuck Ben Novak at 6'6", 320 pounds onto the field. You don't sneak that guy onto the field, right. Do you?
Yeah, he's hard to miss in that line, and that was the Andrean defense once again stonewalling the Pirates on 4th and goal, and they set up their offense with a long field to go with here, taking over on their own 3-yard line, maybe about the 5.
That is 2 huge red zone stops by the Andrean defense.
We've seen the 59ers last time they were in this situation, surrendered the safety. Now Elish in the gun, hands it off, and the running back will lose yards there. Dumas back.
It looks like he got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe he lost a half a yard.
Yeah, Dumas back in the drive. We saw him. We saw Gonzalez get the load of the carries on that last drive of the 2nd half, but now they're going back to their senior running back.
Here's my thought on this: you can't run the ball. You're not going to be able to throw it short because they're going to be squat coverage on your guys. Let's throw the ball down the field.
Yeah, that seems to be what's
hope for a pass interference.
Yeah, we've seen Elish has been able to execute that a few times. They'll have 2 receivers to the right, 1 out to the left. It's another handoff to Dumas, who again can't get really past the line.
It looks like he picked up about a yard on that one.
Yeah, so he will be at the 4 now with just under a minute to go in the third quarter. 59ers need to cook something up here. 3rd and 9, deep in their own territory.
How do you grill up a bomb?
We'll see.
I think you just got to chuck it down the field and hope for the best. Even if they intercept it.
Yeah, it's almost the equivalent to a short punt. 2 receivers, Vo and Holmes to the right. Finley's out to the left. They fake the handoff. He's going to throw it quickly to the tight end. It is twisted away.
Oh, they called it a fumble.
He fumbled it. It's picked up and recovered in the end zone by the Pirates, who get the touchdown. The defense stepping up for Merrillville, making it 20-0 here with 15 seconds to go in the third quarter.
It looks like it was number 35 for the Merrillville Pirates that scooped it up and scored.
Aaron Coy-Kendall, the junior linebacker, with the quick instincts to jump on that one.
Yeah, I didn't think he had possession long enough for it to be considered a catch, and you can see the officials over there on the side talking it over. Let's see what they come up with.
So running through what happened there.
Hold on. Let's see what they got.
It'll be an illegal forward pass against the 59ers. So to run through what happened there, it was a play-action pass. Elish was trying to fire to his tight end, Reyna, who was well guarded. The ball kind of hit him in the hands, popped out, and then when it hit the turf, the Pirates picked it up and got it into the end zone. So they thought they were going to get the touchdown there, but it was instead called an illegal forward pass, setting up for 4th and very long inside the 1, it almost looks like. So the Pirates will
not
have that touchdown.
Yep, and Andrean's, I'm going to assume, going to punt it away here.
Yeah.
And Merrillville's going to get great field position out of this.
Their punt returner, Murray, is deployed just at the 36-yard line as this punt pops up in the air, sailing.
Oh, it touched a Merrillville Pirate. If they pick it up, I thought it hit a Merrillville Pirate. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
It rolls to the 39 as another flag is thrown.
I thought it hit the foot of a Merrillville Pirate. As it came down, it was very close. Am I the only one that saw that? I thought it hit his foot because
it was close.
Because it took a very sharp bounce.
Yeah, that extra little.
As soon as it hit the ground, it bounced like a ricochet.
There's a personal foul on the Pirates on the receiving team. Looked like there might have been a little extra shoving going on behind the play. So Merrillville brings the offense back out here.
Well, the officials had the better view right on the field, and it must have landed very close to him, but it seemed to take a very weird hop once it hit the ground.
And when you're backed up in that's almost maybe something for the 59ers you're trying to get to happen there with that punt, trying to get it bouncing and hitting somebody who's running the other direction, kind of trying to get some organized chaos going here, as it'll now be 1st and 10 from the Andrean 39-yard line. Sanders and the Pirates back out on offense. They hand it off to Jordan. Jordan has a lane. He gets through it. He keeps scampering forward. 20, 15, 10, gets the 5, and the goal line. It's a touchdown for the Pirates. Cameron Jordan with a 39-yard rushing touchdown.
He barely got nicked at the line of scrimmage. Just a simple dive play right over to right guard. He barely got touched at the line of scrimmage, and 2 defensive backs were trying to come up and make the tackle for the 59ers and ran into each other and knocked each other down. And, boy, he scampered just as the clock went to 0 at the end of the third quarter.
So the sophomore running back picks up a touchdown to make it 20-0. We will see if the Pirates now will go with a more traditional point-after attempt.
Yes, they will.
That looks like it will be the case. Arvea Ford, the long snapper. Darnell Bowles will hold. And Benito Gonzalez will attempt the kick.
All right, well, I marked it down as made.
And the kick is blocked.
Now I got to scratch out the score on my sheet.
So that keeps it 20-0. The Pirates 0 for 3 on point-after attempts in this ball game. We will take a break. When we come back, it's the fourth quarter. Stick around. You're listening on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
For over 100 years, Burns Funeral Home and Crematory has been assisting families in their time of need. Serving Northwest Indiana, the staff at Burns Funeral Home will help guide your family in creating a meaningful ceremony. From a simple to elaborate, to traditional or unique, the caring family at Burns Funeral Home will tailor a ceremony to fit your needs. And for your other loved ones, Burns Funeral now has a pet cemetery and crematory. Visit burnsfuneral.com or give them a call at 219-942-1117.
Four Seasons Mechanical proudly serves Northwest Indiana, providing quality, reasonably priced, reliable service. With a quality and comfort guarantee, the professionals at Four Seasons Mechanical offer a wide range of services in heating, ventilation, and air conditioning. Whether it's residential or commercial, Four Seasons Mechanical is there 24/7. To find out more, the website is fourseasonsmechanical.com or give them a call at 219-756-7020. Four Seasons Mechanical, your indoor air quality specialist.
Earn while you learn from the best hands in the business. The Bricklayers Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. That's right, this is a paid apprenticeship.
I'm getting an education while learning a trade and getting paid for it.
The thing that surprised me the most about this apprenticeship program is the respect I have received after the proper time and training.
Classes start soon, so apply now. There are training centers throughout Indiana and Kentucky. We are the Bricklayers and Allied Craftworkers for Indiana, Kentucky Apprenticeship. The best hands in the business.
Discover excellence at Moeller Acura of Merrillville. Whether you're seeking the thrill of a new Acura or the reliability of a certified pre-owned, we have the perfect vehicle waiting for you. At Moeller Acura, our knowledgeable team is here to provide you with the first-class experience, from your first test drive to every service appointment. Experience luxury, performance, and unparalleled service at Moeller Acura of Merrillville, where your journey begins. Visit us today or explore our inventory online at MoellerAcuraofMerrillville.com.
So on the Quintel kickoff, presented by Quintel Incorporated, handling jobs of all sizes throughout the country since 1994, Gavin Jones got a nice run-up off the kick from Benito Gonzalez, brought out of bounds just outside of the Andrean 26-yard line. He is down on the play, so he's being attended to, and while we're at it, we will remind you about the play of the game. Stay with us after the game. We'll name the play of the game. It's the Region Sports Network play of the game, presented by Region Sports Network, the only game in town. So the Andrean offense will take over, and they're in need of a score. And it's kind of similar to what we saw in the first half, where the Andrean defense gets a huge 4th and goal stop, but because of the field position game, it still favored Merrillville, where the 59ers weren't able to execute a drive to get themselves out of that dangerous spot, and then with the change of downs, it allowed for Merrillville to get a quick touchdown.
Yeah, Merrillville had great field position on both times that the Andrean defense was able to stop them on the goal line. Then Merrillville defense was able to stop them and get the ball in great field position.
It's just the sign of Merrillville keeping that confidence. Even though you get stopped, you don't let that unravel you. You just fight for that next play, and eventually it still led to points, as there is a flag on the 59ers, a false start on the offense. So that will back them up as they start this drive, making it 1st and 15 from their own 10-yard line.
Yeah, you got some great plays to choose from for the RSN play of the game tonight. You got the 39-yard run by Cameron Jordan. You've got the Examir Martin with the 31-yard catch, a beautiful throw by Jordan Sanders. So you've got some great plays out there.
Yeah, there have been plenty of highlights in this 20-0 lead for Merrillville. They've gotten some big plays offensively. Elish now in the gun, dropping back to pass in his own territory, and it is almost picked off by John Peters. He went airborne trying to reel it in, landed out of bounds, and couldn't quite secure the catch. But nonetheless, it's a pass breakup by the Western Michigan commit.
Yeah, he did a great job extending completely all the way out and almost coming down with that one. Boy, that would have been one heck of a catch right there.
Yeah, that really could have set them up for some
that would have been
more points there.
one of the next nails in the coffin for Andrean here.
So now Andrean hoping to get some offense going here. Sends 3 receivers out to the right. They have a tight end to the left. Ellis dropping back to pass. He fires right, hits Vo. Vo has 3 defensive backs in the vicinity, and they're able to stop him and bring him down for a slight gain. That was Aaron Murray on the tackle.
Yeah, Vo seems to be doing a nice job. That's about the 3rd or 4th time tonight. He's caught that little arrow pattern right in the flat. On the outside receiver, ran the curl pattern over the top, was well covered, and he was open, but immediately brought down by a host of Pirates.
Yes, now that will make it 3rd and 9 from their own 16-yard line. Andrean needs to get to the chains here. They have trips left. 1 running back in the backfield. Elish with the screen, but it was overthrown. Believe it was intended for Holmes, who was the closest receiver there, but that was still well over his head, dropping out of just shy of the sideline at the 20-yard line and out of bounds. So that's a 3rd down incompletion for the 59ers.
Yeah, if he'd have thrown it right where he needed to, there was a defender between him and the receiver about halfway, and I think he saw him right halfway through his motion and tried to stop it, and it slipped out of his hands and just went fluttering down to the ground.
That'll bring P.J. Cusick, the punter, onto the field for the 59ers, so they will go 3 and out here on their first possession of the 4th quarter. 10:59 remaining here in the final frame of regulation. Cusick puts it in the air towards Brown, but it will bounce short of him, and the 59ers try to push a Pirate into the ball, but he is able to dance out of that one. So the ball will be down at the 48-yard line of Andrean.
And don't forget to stay tuned for some of the craziness going on in the studio. There we are. Stay with us. Stay with Region Sports after the game as we send it back to the Centaur Bank studio. Catch up with all the latest scores, highlights, and more, all live from the Centaur Bank studio right after the game. It's usually some mayhem going back at the studio.
There is a lot to catch up on tonight, week 1. It's good to have the whole crew back in action here as Sanders hands it off to Johnson, who doesn't miss a beat there, stumbling forward for some hard-fought yards there. That was Jordan on the carry, who had a defender on him, but still continued to keep pushing and pick up some yards on first down, making it 2nd and 6 from the 44.
And, a huge faux pas on my part. Today's my dad's 94th birthday. I wanted to wish my dad, John Simmons, happy birthday. 94 today.
Right. 2nd and 6 now for the Pirates. Sanders evades some pressure and fires a dart downfield, and it is caught for a first down by Lewis, who's had a few big catches today.
Boy, and Jordan Sanders right there, just like he was tripping and falling, making that throw through a dart down the field about 15 yards, and a nice job of the receiver working his way back to the quarterback and making that catch right before the ball hit the ground.
Yeah, there wasn't much arc on that pass.
No.
That was a hard-thrown ball, almost like a shortstop on that hop, and then with that lower arm slot, just a great play by Sanders. Now he's got 2 receivers to his left on first down. He fires to the left. That one's off the mark. Martin was the closest receiver. They had a defensive back. Jaden Holmes was streamlining in, ready to blow him up if that catch was made.
It looked like as he was doing the play action fake, it's the running back hit the ball, and as he was trying to get in his throwing motion, the ball slipped out of his hand and floated out there.
So that'll make it 2nd and 10 from the Andrean 32-yard line. 9 minutes, 34 seconds remain here in the 4th quarter. Sanders brings his offense onto the field, out of the huddle. He has Turner, his H-back, a few yards in front of him. Johnson, the running back, just behind him. It's a handoff to Johnson. Johnson makes a cut at the line of scrimmage, spins away with his legs tied up by a defender, and falls forward. Landon Murray was in with the first hit. Looks
like about 3rd and 7.
Yeah, short gain by Johnson there.
And Merrillville's doing the right thing here, just chewing some time here in the fourth quarter, just getting to the 9-minute mark.
We really saw them bleed the clock down in the third quarter as well.
That was a long
drive. And now at the 9-minute mark, they're continuing to let those seconds tick away. 3rd and 7 now.
You tell the quarterback, don't snap the ball unless the clock is under 5 seconds.
And that's what he does here as he scans the field to the left, fires the ball downfield, but it was a little underthrown, bouncing its way to Martin. The Merrillville coaching staff upset with that throw as it brings up 4th down.
Boy, he hit, in all his throws, he's been, if anything, a little bit too long tonight. And he seemed like he short-armed that one, thinking the receiver was going to break it off a little bit more towards the middle of the field where the receiver broke it deep down the field. So miscommunication between the receiver and quarterback, but they'll get the kinks worked out as the season progresses.
Now on 4th and 7, the Pirates keep their offense on the field. Sanders drops back to pass, and he connects with Martin. Martin quickly dropped by Holmes, but he picks up the 1st down for the Pirates. They convert on 4th down.
Yeah, nice catch, Martin, right in the middle of the traffic right there. Took a big hit right as he caught the ball. But again, nice throw by Sanders right on the money.
So Zamir Martin picks up the Four Seasons 1st down, making it 1st and 10 from the Andrean 18. 8.5 minutes just about remaining here in the 4th quarter. Sanders on the snap, hands it off to Johnson. Johnson has some room as he boogies past the left side of the line. He turns the corner. He is twisted and brought down just shy of the end zone.
Well, right at the 1-yard line, it looks like.
J.Q. Johnson with a huge run.
It's well inside the 1-yard line.
Moving the chains, and credit to the defender from Andrean for sticking with him to stop the touchdown there. Now there's a 59er down on the play.
Yeah, and again, great block by Davion Turner right there from his tight end position. He came in motion, went across the center, kicked out the defensive end, and again, Johnson was able to cut inside of that and bust it all the way down to the half-yard line.
So there is an injured player on the field, so the trainer will be there checking up on him, and we will continue to monitor that with 8:16 to go in the 4th quarter.
We talked about him several times tonight to possibly be at the conclusion of tonight's game. We'll name the blue collar player of the game, sponsored by Boilermakers 374. Earn while you learn with Local 374.
So the injured 59er makes his way off the field, and now it will be 1st and goal from the 1. Merrillville looking to punch it in the end zone here. They lead 20-0.
And you think for the superhero, the Crowell Lantern Man superhero player of the game, can we have a position? The running back?
We could.
The running back of Merrillville? Or running backs of Merrillville?
It's entirely up to us, so I think we kind of set the rules with that. And now 1st and goal from the 1. Johnson behind Sanders in the backfield. Sanders will hand it off to Johnson, and he just shuffles his way into the end zone for his 2nd rushing touchdown of the game. He will make it 26-0 in favor of Merrillville at the 8:11 mark here in the 4th quarter.
And this is a good time for Merrillville right now to work out the kinks of their extra point team.
Yeah, they're 0 for 3
on
point after attempts.
Two failed attempts on the Oaken bucket play, and then 1 failed attempt on a traditional. I'm not going to write it down this time.
So here's Benito Gonzalez awaiting the snap from Arvea Ford. Darnell Bowles will hold. The snap, the kick, and it's good.
All right, now I can pen it in.
That'll make it 27-0 with 8:11 to go in the 4th quarter. We will see how Andrean answers when we return. You're listening to Game Night on the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
Flip the switch, a light turns on. Press the button, machines and instruments come to life. Touch the screen, communicate with the world. Simple tasks, guaranteed results, every second of every day. That's the power of power. And that's the power brought to you by the Nika Contractors and Electrical Workers of Local 531.
Credit Union One, the official banking partner of Notre Dame Athletics, wants to reward you for everyday banking. CU1's high-yield checking offers the opportunity to earn up to 5.25% APY when you make qualifying transactions each month. No monthly fees and no minimum or opening balance required. Plus, you'll be able to bank anytime and anywhere with 24/7 digital and mobile banking. Start making more of your money with Credit Union One. Open an account at cu1.com/high-yield checking.
As we await this Quintel kickoff, the Pirates lead the 59ers 27-0 with 8:11 here in the Battle of Broadway between Merrillville and Andrean. Quintel Incorporated, specializing in the reconditioning, repairing, and remanufacturing of heat exchangers. Gonzalez gallops into this one and boots it away. It's received by Finley just away from the goal line, and now he rolls right. There's a flag thrown. Gavin Jones with a nice run up after the kick gets out of bounds on his team's sideline, but this one might be moving back a bit.
Yeah, look, an illegal push in the back right there by one of the guys blocking for Andrean. Don't forget, follow all of tonight's region football scores live on the Strachan Van Til's hometown scoreboard, streaming on youtube.com, Region Sports, facebook.com/Region Sports, and regionsports.com. Strachan Van Til's, your favorite Indiana-made grocery store.
So sorting things out with the penalties, there were 2 fouls on the play. There was a block in the back and a holding. Block in the back will be declined, but the holding will be enforced. So that will make it a first down for Andrean, about their own 15-yard line.
Yeah, I think if I'm Andrean, I'm definitely starting to pull some guys out of the game. I think I've made it this far without any serious injuries. We're down 28,
so in
27
terms of
to nothing.
Starting to think about the gauntlet you have next week, where it's trying to preserve some players.
And Andrean, it doesn't get any easier because they're at Valpo next week.
That'll be a tough one. They still have Elishan at quarterback. He's got 3 receivers to his left. He fires just over the hands of Vo on that screen pass to his left side, incomplete, making it 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it looks. You can see the air of confidence, just the air of enthusiasm on Andrean's in the Andrean huddle has really deflated.
And you look at it; it's a 27-0 game. It was closer than it feels right now. Coming out of halftime, it felt like there was a chance for Andrean.
And Andrean did a nice job moving the ball back that opening drive. And then as soon as it got stalled, Merrillville took a 7-minute drive the length of the field and then punched in that first score of the second half.
And that's kind of how the momentum has changed in this game. Is now Ellis tries a screen pass to his left. He fires it over to Finley, who moves around and gets some positive yardage there on that screen pass, making it 3rd and 5 or 3rd and 4. So they'll try to convert on this. But yeah, for Andrean, there was the chance to fight back, but then Merrillville did a good job of executing it and then really just working the clock down, getting a long, deflating scoring drive out there and making this kind of an insurmountable lead here with 7.5 minutes to go in the 4th quarter.
And you know, the few times Andrean's defense has answered the bell inside the red zone, inside the 5-yard line.
Elish fires downfield to Vo, who's wrapped up and tackled, gets the first down for the Four Seasons first down.
I mean, this is a great thing for Andrean to work on. We talked about it. Their short passing game, work on getting some live practice out here. So you can't replicate game speed during the week. It has to be game time, and this is something they can work on and build on for next week.
Especially week 1, you are trying some players and roles they might not be used to yet. You're still figuring out who your go-to guys are, so this is still time to get some good stuff on tape here as Ellis drops back to pass, floats one downfield towards Finley, but it slices out of bounds, incomplete.
Yeah, nice catch by one of the coaches on the sideline. Looked like he'd been there, done that before.
Yeah, he was able to get in front of that one and look it in, but it will be an incompletion with 6:35 to go here, setting up for 2nd and 10.
Yeah, Ellis just sort of let that one fly a little bit over the head of the receiver. He did have him open. He was in the middle of those two zones, the deep zone and the short zone. I think that one you just got to put it on a line. He sort of floated it out there.
He will have Gonzalez in the backfield with him, a trio of receivers to his right. Tight end on the field. Fake the handoff to Gonzalez. The screen pass over to Holmes. Holmes has to leap and catch it, gets it, and then keeps moving about forward, picking up 5 yards there on the screen pass. Good run up after the catch from Jaden Holmes.
Yeah, again, nice job catching the ball. And Holmes, boy, he went into the eye of the tiger right there. There was a host of defensive backs just standing right there at the line of scrimmage, and he was able to push himself down the field for a gain of 5.
So it'll be 3rd and 5 here on their own 34-yard line. Andrean trying to string together another first down on this drive here in the fourth quarter. They will split 3 receivers wide to the left. Patrick Wrench enters the game as a receiver. And Ellis will hit his man Vo, who is clobbered in the backfield by Peters for a loss of about a yard there on the screen.
Yeah, two defensive backs were just sitting there waiting for him. And as he caught it and turned his head upfield, he got smacked right in the jaw.
Yeah, Peters, the Division I commit, doing a good job of reading that one and stopping him in his tracks.
I think Ellis has got to do right here on those sideline plays, those little arrow patterns, pump fake, and then hit the man over the top of it, because it seems like those guys, those defensive backs, are coming off that deep receiver and just sitting there waiting.
They're anticipating the short pass. And it'll be 4th down, but the Pirates or the 59ers going for it on 4th and 5. There's a flag thrown.
Yeah, it'll be 4th and 10 now.
Yep. False start on the offense, and we've seen a few of those too. Some procedural penalties on the 59ers. A few false starts, delay of games. Those are things they'll have to work through as they.
Not as many as you'd expect in the first week, though. I have to say that.
Those are certainly things you can overcome as the season goes on. Nothing too deflating, as now they have 3 receivers to the right, 4th and 10 from their own 29, 4:44 remaining in the fourth quarter. Ellis takes the snap, looks right. He throws to Vo, who turns around and grabs it for the first down catch. Vo had to turn quickly, and the ball was already at him. The ball was thrown maybe earlier than he was expecting, but he quickly reacted and made that catch.
Yeah, great job. He opened up his hips, put that left hand way behind them, corralled it in as he was falling down, and was able to pick up the first down. Great job of adjusting to the ball by the receiver there.
59ers pick up the Four Seasons first down, and they will continue with this 3 wide receiver look to the left of Ellis. Gonzalez is in the backfield with him. Ellis handles the snap, belt high, pump fakes. Now he keeps it for himself, rolls through a gap, and is brought down right at the line of scrimmage, so no gain there on another one of those kind of survival runs from Ellis.
Ellis, he looked a little nervous running, because the gap you're talking about was between the center and left guard, and the last thing you want to do is get hit by the middle linebacker, and he slowed down, and all of a sudden then he got hit by a defensive lineman from behind, so pick your poison.
Right. Now 3 receivers again to his left. Gonzalez in the backfield. They will hand it off to Gonzalez, who rumbles forward, gets the line, and a couple more before he's twisted down by the Pirate defense.
Yeah, actually, Andrean putting together a nice little drive here. Again, both teams still had the first unit out with 3:21 left in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, the big 4th down conversion, and now you get that run play to make it 3rd and 8 on their own 45. They're trying to make their way into Pirate territory. So Ellis and his team break the huddle. They'll put Vo, Finley, and Holmes out to the left. Gonzalez joins Ellis in the backfield. Tries the hard count now. Drops back, looking left to pass. He fires it down for Finley. Finley breaks past the defender and makes the catch. And he is tackled at the 35-yard line of Merrillville. Great play there by Finley, Jimmy Finley, to cut back, make the catch, and get the first down for the 59ers.
That ball was way underthrown, but the defensive back had his head to the quarterback, and Finley turned around, stopped for a second, went back to the ball, was able to corral it, and then got hit by 2 defensive backs, but a great job of concentrating and being able to adjust to the ball while the ball was in the air by Finley.
Finley picks up the Four Seasons first down, and now the 59ers are in Merrillville territory. They put 3 receivers to the right of Elish. He's got Gonzalez in the backfield with him. He's looking right to pass. Fires downfield towards Finley, who goes up and over, but can't quite make that play as he had 2 defenders on him and had to jump, try to make a one-handed catch with his right arm going forward.
Yeah, he had somebody pressing on him over underneath him, and then they were playing cover 2, which that means they had a guy on the hash mark, and as the quarterback was looking that way, that cornerback floated right to the spot and was able to break it up.
So now it is 2nd and 10 with 2 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. And the 59ers make their way up to the line. Elish splits 3 receivers to his right. Maurice Jeffries joins the crew as Elish pump fakes, has to keep it. We're trying to evade some pressure, but is brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Trenton Nixon gets to Elish for the sack.
Yeah, Elish did the right thing there. Everybody was well covered. He was trying to throw and then pulled it back and did the right thing, tucked the ball down, lived to play another down.
That's what they will do here now at 3rd and 13, a minute 45 remaining on the Merrillville 37. So for the 59ers, they're trying to draw up a drive that can end in points to avoid being blanked by their crosstown rival. Holmes, Finley, and Vo to the right. Gonzalez in the backfield with Elish. It's a handoff to Gonzalez. He tries to push forward, rolling to the left side of the line. He's stopped at the 35-yard line.
That nice job by the defense right there. They thought they might catch him sleeping, thinking they were going to throw the ball down the field.
That will make it 4th and 11 here on the 35. So the 59ers have already converted 1 4th down on this drive. They're looking to convert another. Elish sends 3 receivers to the right. Gonzalez in the backfield with him. And there will be a timeout taken by Andrean.
Well, don't forget, at the conclusion of the night's game in 48 seconds, we have the Crowell Lantern superhero of the game to come up with, and we discussed that. We've got the Boilermaker Local 374 blue-collar player of the game and the RSN play of the game.
Certainly a lot of good candidates for all of those,
yes.
So you're not going to want to miss that. First game of the season. Whole lot of activity going on around the region. And this traditional Week 1 matchup, the Pirates have not lost that one since 2017. So they are looking to continue their winning ways against the 59ers.
Yeah, Merrillville, their focus, I think, right now is once they start the dueling and they open up. I know you got Hobart in the middle, but I'm sure somewhere in the practice schedule they're running some Crown Point stuff.
Yeah, you have to start thinking about that matchup down the road. And it was a really good season last year for the Pirates. They upset the defending state champs in Valpo in the playoffs with that last-second defensive stop, and then they made it to semi-state as we saw them lose to Fort Wayne Snyder there. And last season they were defeated by Crown Point in the regular season and Valparaiso, so they got that revenge win over the Vikings in the playoffs.
Think about it, Leo. We did that game together, so we came back right to where we started, back to Merrillville.
That's right. As Elish fires down to Holmes for a strike, he gets the first down.
Nice throw. He floated that one in between the linebackers and the deep coverage right there. And boy, that was he's all of a sudden this drive, it seems like he's matured.
It is his first game as a starter, so you have to think there's been some growing moments as there are 3 receivers to the right. Time quickly running out, 26 seconds remaining as he takes a snap, fakes the handoff, throws to Holmes, who spins out of a tackle, but that is crushed at behind the line of scrimmage for a loss there. 12 seconds remaining, so Andrean will have to quickly try to run another play or
that is
let
going
time
to be the
run
ball
out.
game.
That's the game here, so the Pirates will start their season 1-0 with a 27-0 win over their crosstown rival Andrean.
Across the street, down the Battle of Broadway.
Yep, and that is how this one will end. The Pirates with a hard-fought 27-0 win, getting it done in a variety of ways. The 59ers will fall to 0-1, but we'll look to bounce back next week, and the Pirates will try to keep it rolling. So we will hand out some hardware when we come back. Stick around. You're listening to Game Night presented by the Region Sports Network, the only game in town.
We love home internet from T-Mobile. Oh, now Mesh boosts Wi-Fi all over your home. Taking a class in your attic, that dead spot is gone. Stream ballet in your man cave, learn to paint on your lawn.
He's glorious.
And now on the road, you can take T-Mobile Wi-Fi with you. Hey, stay connected and watch what you'll do.
Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso is a leader in athletics apparel and equipment sales. With in-house production including screen printing, trophies, embroidery, and more, Blythe's can help you to create the perfect look. For more information, visit them online at teamblythes.com. Blythe's Team Sports in Valparaiso, where the athletes shop.
We are back here. Leo Staudacher and Jay Simmons wrapping things up for the opening week matchup between Merrillville and Andrean. The Pirates victorious 27-0. So we will hand out some postseason awards after the Pirates picked up the win over their neighborhood rival and a strong start to the season. Week one, you never quite know what you're going to get, but for the Pirates, they were able to execute and pick up the win.
Yeah, anytime you're ready, I am ready.
So let's get rolling into this one. We will...
Oh, here, I got to give you that
right.
first. Hold on, there we go.
Need my script here as the
yes.
First award we will hand out is the Crowell Companies Lantern Man Superhero of the Game. Crowell Companies have offices open from 9 o'clock to 7 o'clock Monday through Friday and Saturdays till 2 in Highland, Merrillville, and Michigan City.
All right, we're gonna change it up. We're gonna call it the Lantern Man Superheroes of the Game. I didn't spring a link either. Players of the game. And then we're going to go with the running backs, Jake Chew Johnson and Cameron Jordan. Between the two of them accounted for 3 touchdowns and over 200 yards rushing. What a great job tonight. I mean, they were bouncing off guys like pinballs. But I think besides inside the 5-yard lines, I don't think they had a negative play all night.
Yeah, they really did set things up well. Where with your new quarterback, you didn't have to really have him win the game with his arm, where you had that run game working for you all evening long. So we will move over to the next one, the blue-collar Boilermakers Local 374 blue-collar player of the game. Boilermakers Local 374. Learn about apprenticeship programs and more at local374.org.
All right, here we go again. I'm changing it up. We're going with blue-collar players of the game, and we're going to go with the offensive line of the Merrillville Pirates. If it wasn't for them, those guys wouldn't have gotten the superhero, so we got to give those guys in front kudos because they were plowing straight ahead. Rarely, besides those few plays inside the 5-yard line, they didn't get hit in the backfield.
Yes.
They did not get hit by first-level men. And can you name those 5 guys for me?
Yeah, those are the 5 seniors, Quitman Ireland, Devin Dawson, Sean Hicks, Jaden Swanson, and Jordan Sanders, really paving the way for the running backs.
Let's throw in the tight end.
Yeah, the tight end Davion Turner, who was in the backfield as an H-back at the line. He was able to contribute in a few different ways.
Hey, who's turning the lights off on us? We need those electricians up here.
Right. There is. I think they're getting ready to kick us out here. So let's get to the play of the game. It's time to name the play of the game by the Region Sports Network play of the game. Tonight's play of the game we will get to from the Region Sports Network.
All right, here we go. And we're gonna We're going to change it up a little bit here. We're going to get away from the running backs. I'm sick and tired of those running backs. We're going to go with the. Hold on, I got it written down here somewhere. Hold on. All right, we are going to go with the touchdown pass from Jordan Sanders to Zamir Martin. That was a 31-yard touchdown pass that came at 8:27 in the second quarter, and it was a great pass. And it was really Jordan Sanders coming out party on that one play. I mean, he had a couple other great passes throughout the game, but that was really in the second quarter. That was one that was perfectly thrown right at the back of the end zone, where the receiver Zamir Martin was able to make the catch, come down with it, and then slow down and keep his feet inbounds and make the catch. And that was really Jordan Sanders. Bam! I'm here to stay.
And that was the first real long pass he had to attempt as well, and he really executed on that one. And we will give a big thank you to everyone involved with tonight's broadcast. For our management crew from Region Sports Network, Chris Ramirez, Rich Castillo, Zach Miller, and Mike Dewan. For my partner, Jay Simmons. For our producer, Joey Henrich. Special thanks to the coaches from each side, Chris Skinner and Brad Seiss. The athletic directors of Neil Demos and Amy Beckman. And for the viewers across all our platforms at Facebook.com/Region Sports, YouTube/Region Sports, RegionSports.com, and IHSAATV.org. This is Leo Staudaher thanking you for watching this presentation of the Region Sports Network Game of the Week, the only game in town.